Hey
Hello.
everybody, this one went a little long, so we're a little off schedule here. So give the rest of the folks time to get in here. Um, wow, that was
What did I just watch?
yeah, that was something. Um, oh,
What happened? I mean, how did the story progress? Like, we're exactly in the same place that we started, except some people moved some places completely inexplicably.
uh, yes, that was. What did Rand do in this episode? He swore loyalty to Landfear. Wow, this was
So he's thinking with his dick,
yeah.
following Landfear. Min is a dark friend. What is Matt even doing? He just saw Rand, and what is Rand doing? You know what was the biggest continuity issue is I had with this show is like, what? How how did Loyal and Ingtar figure out that the Shanshin had a Gwaine? Anyone know?
I assume at this point, uh, Landfear just knows everything. Seems to be the best play.
What is, like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, this is
Fixing it up.
Like,
Sorry,
I didn't hear what you said, Lady B.
It
about
said how did Ingtar and Loyal figure out that the Shanshin had a Gwaine?
who, like,
Because they're like, we have to rescue the Gwaine. We have to
yeah,
rescue
that's
her.
a great question.
How?
Also, how did the whole Hall of the Tower teleport to Carrion?
Yeah, and why
What?
are they going there in the first
So,
place?
and real quick, before we get too far in, this episode pissed me off the most of all of them. Not because
dude, I was screaming. I was screaming on my phone at all of you.
It might be for a different reason than you all think, okay? Maybe.
I think you and I are gonna have similar answers here.
The reason this episode is the fucking worst is because you get a little tiny bit of what this fucking show should be, and then they fuck it up right in front of you. You get Matt and Rand being Matt and Rand for about 5 seconds. You get Matt acting like Matt should act for about 10 seconds.
Yeah, but
and
what
then
was
that's
Matt
it.
doing? Like, what was he actually doing? Was he robbing people or was he gambling? Because he certainly didn't seem to be winning and everyone ran away with the coins. So
I don't even know about that. All I know is they got together, they hugged, and I fucking believed it. And they had a little conversation, and they had a reunion, and then Matt was joking, and he was happy to see him, and we had Matt and Rand together for a second, and then we get the freaking, you're gonna stab him, you have to freaking abandon him. Like, is the message of this show fuck your loved ones and get as far away from them as you can?
Because and since when has Matt cared about his friends? He left them in the first season. Like, this is so dumb. I can't even buy it.
There is nothing here that was built by this show through 13 episodes of television. What we got with Rand and Matt, and don't think that's the only time that I looked up from other shit that I was doing, because otherwise I was going to break my very expensive laptop in disgust. They could have done something. They could have done something that was a 40%, a 30% adaptation. They didn't. They did this.
The stuff that they do choose to like adapt is so meaningless at this point that it doesn't matter. Like, what?
It doesn't.
Who cares?
It's all BS. It's all BS. And then you have teleporting Aes Sedai. You have Landfear, who is just like Rand is an idiot because it's like, oh, but I know, but I'm gonna do it anyways because my motivation again, Rand's motivation again to do something is a Gwaine. Again.
Always.
His motive. I have to go to Falme. Why? Not to fucking fight Ishmael. Not to free anybody. Because a Gwaine is there. Again. And it's like we get.
There's so many things wrong. There's so many things wrong.
There's so many things wrong. But the thing that really, it just that Matt that one interaction between Matt and Rand, it sent me over the freaking edge because like. This is it. This is what your show should be right there.
Yep.
That's it right there. They're friends. They're happy to see each other. They had an actual interesting conversation. They actually acted and had a good back and forth for about 5 seconds.
It's the first time.
Right.
It's
and
the
then we
first
have to have,
time.
Then we have to get back on plot, our stupid plot, and have Min go, "You're gonna kill him, so you have to abandon him." It's like, because that's
we had 5 seconds.
That's
we
why I
had
said to
5
Ryan,
seconds
I said,
Rand.
Yeah, I said
that's it.
I said, Ryan, how are they going to screw this up? Because that was actually okay. And what do they do? Next scene. It's not even the next scene. They just completely destroy it.
It is amazing how you can go. What are we now on? 14 episodes?
13.
And Rand and Matt still have not made a goddamn decision. Rand still has not made a decision, and the only decision Matt has made is to abandon his friends.
Mm-hmm.
The show resents the fact that it's based upon a boy character and other boy characters. It resents it. It's woven into the DNA of whatever they did with this show. This show, after last week, I almost turned this off. I said I can't do. I told you guys on text. I don't think I can do this anymore. I don't think I can do this anymore because there's nothing here to review. There's nothing here that is good. There's nothing here that has anything to do with Robert Jordan or fantasy or anything else. I don't know what this is, but it is. I would never watch shit like this in any genre, and now I'm having to suffer through it every fucking week.
Well, let's take a moment to thank all 40 people watching in our chat and say hi to everyone. I know we started a little bit late. We really appreciate that. And I hope everyone smashes that like button and welcome. And I hope that you all got to watch that with us and suffer in our freaking Discord with us. Because
I don't hope that you get to watch it. Why would you hope that on some? Like, why would you wish that on someone?
Because I don't want to suffer alone.
Pips, what the fuck what just happened?
What just happened?
I was
so angry.
What is happening?
It was like somebody was holding me down, pouring sewer water with chunks in it down my throat for an hour. I kept on looking. How much time is left? How much time is left? And there were so many cringe things. Like you had Not Loyal going, I thought he was going to do the Romulan funeral song.
Sing, like fucking sing, dude. Sing.
More throat singing.
But they said Gardner. They said Gardner, and it's just like everybody's like, "Oh God, come in my face!" He said Gardner. Oh my God,
like, what the hell? Like
they're all playing Stones. You don't get how good it is.
He's putting them all in a fucking trance or some shit. It's like, and Lady Sir's like, "Oh, I better stop." Like, what was that shit? Like they're all like, "Ooh," and she's like, "Oh shit, oh that's enough, thank you." It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what is happening?
She was jealous that all of the attention wasn't on her. That was, I guess, what they were going for.
Like, what a shit scene.
Fill my cup, Alex.
Like,
Fill my cup.
That one.
Fill my cup, Alex. Fill my cup.
Whoever they cast to torture Nadaguin.
Oh, she's terrible.
I didn't think that the acting could get worse in this show, but it was so like
bad.
Did you cast her because she looks like a young man? Because that's all that I got. It's like, let's find the most masculine Italian-looking woman that we can have pretend to be androgynous. She
just she looked like every other freaking butch lesbian in Los Angeles.
That's pretty much it.
Like, oh my God.
She already can't act.
Species, but like, congratulations.
Wow. Her acting was honestly distracting. I could not get over it.
It was very distracting.
Every time she said a fucking word, I'm sitting there shaking my laptop, and I'm like, do I fast forward? Do I fast forward? Do I just lie to you guys and say that if you spend all your energy making your voice sound feminine, you really don't have any extra room to act?
I don't think she really had to try that.
He's talking about her. The actress who plays that role is a pronoun person.
Because I could tell. I mean, it's just like this show is poison. it's poison to an audience. It's poison to me, maybe because I'm old, because I'm 53. And the shit that we're watching on the screen and what they're putting in at an unconscious level, my brain and my soul wants nothing to do with. And I've said it over and over and over and over again. There's something really fucking wrong about this show, because I would normally make fun of this. I'd make a ton of videos and whatever. I have no fucking desire to do that, because this show, it's like poison. It is poison to me to watch this shit.
Yep.
I don't know how to be funny with it, because it's fucking terrible.
I agree. I get right back on that. But we got a $5 from Yanin, who says the picture stuff is actually book accurate. It all happened. The acting was terrible, though.
So that
was,
Yeah.
go ahead,
we talked about that in the Discord, that like, why is it that? Okay, so there was some book accurate stuff that was happening there with like the kind of the lore around the IDOM, I guess. Although it looks terrible, that's a whole separate issue. But like that was kind of there in the picture thing and like the training thing. Why is it that only Egwene and Nynaeve are able to have even like sort of twisted but like book accurate scenes? And why is the acting in all of those scenes
terrible?
Like
terrible.
it's like
twist the
it's like they take a pause from shitting on your chest to like kind of fondle you a little bit.
Look,
yeah,
the bullshit.
Blood calls blood. The blood calls blood with Lan in that other fucking like what the? I mean, just like I'm sitting here and I'm going, like I just.
Lan
it fucking hurts.
caves.
It hurts my goddamn soul that this exists.
Lan
Something
immediately caves.
Profane. Sorry.
Like he immediately caves. He's just like, oh yeah, yeah. What he should have said is, fine, kill me. Like,
do you remember
I called her bluff. Like,
did you see all the people tweeting about this like about a week ago when they first got like a little clip about it, and it was like, oh man, Lan is gonna he's gonna mop the floor with these two, like Lan power stance. He's gonna just beat the shit out of them. Lan was a pussy ass bitch.
Pussy ass bitch. Cave like a bitch. It not
which I hope they had a foursome with him.
When Lanfear said, I'll show you anything you want, and I was like, are they going to have him talk to his mom? Because that would be a great way to retcon some of the horrible shit that happened. No, of course not. They're not going to have him meet his Aiel mom, the one that he's wondered about ever since Tam told him. Just, no, show me Egwene. Dude, fuck.
I said, it's another thing I said to Ryan. It's like, do one thing right. Do one thing right. Have him ask to see Tam. Have him ask to see his fucking father. Just I don't care that's not in the book. I want to see Ran with Tam. You want to get a fucking weird, like just a quick hit of a freaking dope. Just put Tam and Rand in a room and have a discussion and have Tam go, how are you doing, son? And have Rand fucking break down and sit and fucking lose it with Tam. I don't care. That's not book accurate. I don't give a fuck. I want to see Tam with Rand. No, we put her in the room with, of course, his sole motivation for fucking living, Egwene.
Yeah. So I guess I would go so far as to say I fucking hated that, and I would hate it with Tam as well, because Homeboy just told Lanfear who he cares about most in the world.
Well,
I was expecting Lanfear to kill Egwene.
Right? Like I thought that,
yeah, that's true.
We know Lanfear in the books found out that Rand was getting his knob wet and fucking skinned the messenger.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Egwene should have been a ashen patch on the concrete.
Oh, we know. We knew they weren't going to do that shit. But you're right. You're 100% right. Like, yeah, he should have done something.
God bless.
I'm kind of there. I'm kind of there. I don't. With each passing episode, we say it. I don't know how it's going to get worse. It's like they're going through different categories of how to profane Robert Jordan's world and contaminate it with the most I don't watch these shows. Like whatever tropes these are from, whatever writing styles these are from, I don't watch these shows. So imagine like not watching shows like this for 10 or 20 years and now turning fucking television on to watch this, and it has Wheel of Time on it. Like I have no idea what to do with the pacing, with the shitty music, with the bad acting, with the nonsensical whatever it is. I'm watching this and it literally is like I'm drinking mud with chunks of glass in it and blood is spurting out of my mouth and I'm choking on it for a fucking hour. Okay. No, I'm not. I mean, like, I wish I was kidding. The show hurts. It hurts to watch.
I find it so insulting. Like, it's like every thematic thing they go and like just totally destroy. It's like, you know, it's like Nynaeve like goes through her accepted trials and each one of them teaches her something about herself. What the hell does she learn in that episode? Like nothing. And then in this episode, it's like, why does she all of a sudden care about Egwene and Elaine? And why does Egwene care about either of them? Like the last episode, they were fighting over like Elaine was trying to insert herself into Egwene's life because she wanted to use Egwene to meet Nynaeve. Because Nynaeve's like hot shit in the tower. And then both of their dumb asses are jealous of Nynaeve. And they're all pretending like they like each other, but they're a bunch of catty bitches. Like, I'm sorry, I went through high school. I'm a girl. I know how women are. Yeah. That is stupid high school shit and nobody cares about. And honestly, the Aes Sedai in the books are so much smarter than that. They're playing Game of Thrones and this is like freaking checkers.
Yep. Did you get the Leandrin? Of course, it's a man's fault backstory. Like,
oh my
Lanfear, you were married off before you first menstruated.
Child
crying, and it's like I just like.
If she was married off before she started bleeding, how the hell did she become an Aes Sedai? Like, there's so many questions.
This is such an intersectional feminist, commie American Maoist dyke. Fucking bean flicking, like fisting themselves shit show. It just, and I can't fucking take it. I can't. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, I think this is actually maybe the most interesting conversation to be had about this episode. Is, you know, say what you will about the you know, the origins. I didn't think they were great, but you know, the majority of the fan base felt that they were sort of book accurate. This writer, this woman,
like they were written by somebody who had at least read the books.
Yeah, and there was stuff in this episode, in fairness, that you know, was book accurate. I don't think I am speaking out of turn here by saying this was the most book accurate episode so far. But you know, you could maybe have had the best, most accurate writer in the world, but if you're building on 15 foundational episodes of trash, you know, what do you have? What can you do?
Well, that I think, right. So there's some book. But the book accurate stuff is a picture of water and Egwene being tortured.
Which I enjoyed. I mean, I hated Egwene. So watching her,
I wanted him to kill her. I wanted her to be dead. I wanted her to be fucking dead. I really did.
But it was like it was boring. I mean, it was just the same. It's like, okay.
It was so boring. I mean, how did the plot move forward? Like I said, remember that episode in Galadriel starts exactly where she ends.
How many times we're gonna get the fake out? You know, we get the fake out. She's beating up the guy. So the whole thing with her, the girl, the whatever, the bad acting, Suldam. You know, okay, we get the fake out. Ooh, another fake out because you guys, we don't get enough of those. So we get the fake out. Then she tries to punch her again. 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 Then we get to hear some terrible B-roll of people going.
What was up with the screaming? Like this is a fucking dungeon, and they're like ripping nipples off and shit in this place. Like, what is going on?
It's book accurate. I can also like book accurate, freaking like.
I would like to say, isn't it really awesome, you guys, that one really gnarly like old lady that was in the bathhouse with Moraine got to fucking collared.
Yeah, the blue sitter getting collared was funny. I'm sorry, Steve.
No, you're fine. It's fine. No, it's fine.
The game mix it. Yep.
Like I just like, why was she, so okay? Like this is the hugest problem. It's like, okay, she's there. Why is she there? You sent one. Okay, why? So, how did she get there? Why is she there? What's she doing there? How did Yellow Sister like? My favorite part of the episode is when the Yellow Sister. I don't fucking even remember her name. I don't care to remember her name. They ask her how she got the ADOM, and she doesn't tell them.
Yes.
She doesn't ever tell them.
No, you know what's even worse about how she tells them is that she said that her sister had to die to get it to her. So what did she do? Kill her to take it? Because how would they have gotten it?
That's not even what she said. She said my sisters had to die to get this, not to give it to her. That's worse.
Yeah,
because
all I could hear was
it doesn't explain how they got it. How does somebody die get you an ADOM? It doesn't.
Unless you killed them.
This is stolen from Star Wars because many Bothans died to get the Death Star plans. So they had to put it in the show. That's all I heard.
So wait. So hold on. So Lady B, so you're saying that
I remember.
So you're saying an Aes Sedai got collared and then Reamer, I'm going to call her Reamer.
That's how I understood
killed
what she
her
said.
to get the ADOM?
Yeah, that's what she said. Is that
wow,
like, her sister had to die to get it.
Steve, I want you to think about even
one
more level on this, Steve, is that she had Maigan Mixedai's ring. How did she have her ring when she was a captive?
Right.
What before they went out, they designated her as the designated survivor.
Well,
she hit it up her ass like in Pulp Fiction. They hit it up that uncomfortable piece of metal up her ass like it's Vietnam. That's how.
Apparently, Aes Sedai all know when they're gonna die, so they take their ring off and they give it to the next Aes Sedai over and go, "Hey, here you go," and then they go out to die. Could you believe? I was shocked. There was a single arrow used.
I check it out. Did you hear the sound effects with the black, yellow Aja? When she after she shot something, there was a sound effect like she was recharging, like it sounded like a laser recharging, like rebuilding, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Such a dumb part. Like, why did that woman just bring the buildings down on top of all of the Shanshan? I don't understand.
We're a little bit all over the place, and I love it, but why the fuck was everybody down around her? Why did the guards die? She was attacking the Suldam. So it's like you can make a case that the Damani is getting hurt because it's the Suldam. Why did the guards fall over and die? Why did the archers stop shooting? Why did the other guards that came running into the freaking place not go chop her? Why did we hit the pause button? So she could freaking channel.
That archer only brought one arrow.
He had a fucking quiver full of them. Sorry, wrong.
He dropped him off the roof after he shot the first one.
He's like Barney Fife. He's like Barney Fife from
that
Andy
big.
Griffith.
So why didn't one of the Death Watch guards throw a sword? Like,
also love how Elaine and Eve stand by watching the fight so they can cry and hold hands instead of making room and sacrifice meaningful and getting away. Exactly. Yeah. Why are they just standing there? Are they just gonna sit there?
What
I love. They're not going to search the house that the Aes Sedai just came out of.
Yeah.
They're not going to.
No. Why would they do that? Why would they do that?
Well, look, I love how Nynaeve overpowered it, and literally 1 second later they were pounding on the door. Like, was the battalion outside the house waiting for it? Like,
add one more step there, Alex. So 1 second later they're pounding on the door. 5 minutes later they showed up.
Yeah. And that scene took too long. I'm like, they're talking and they're talking and they're talking, and if I'm to believe this, they would have busted in and taken names.
There's so many Shanshan there, and they just watch everything happen. They watch the little eye thing, which is nothing. Like they look at each other, and then he just does a twirly, and then he goes, "I can't kill you," and then he gets. What is with the bullshit fucking Warcraft icicle weapons?
It's foreshadowing of Nynaeve getting Calendar. That's got to be what it is.
Sven makes a good point as well, that Nynaeve again doesn't have a block
She's
either.
just too powerful.
They can't decide. They can't decide what she's doing.
No.
Sometimes
her
she
block
can.
Is just too strong, guys. No. Her block is she is too strong. That's her, because when she channels, it comes out too strong. I'm still trying to figure out
that's her problem. Why Nynaeve and Egwene are even in the White Tower. I mean, it's so obvious they could challenge by themselves. Like, why do they need to go to school? They can do it all.
Wait a second. We just
go ahead.
Constrained anachronism sent a super there. You pull
That's
that
a good question.
Why didn't they? $2 from Constrained Anachronism. CA says, why didn't they link and kill the Shanshan like season 1? Excellent question.
They forgot the element of surprise because they were able to raise the dead.
They didn't want to risk about
5,000 Trollocs. Nah, let's not do that.
The only
again.
People who can link are accepted who are kicked out of the tower.
But on top of that, even worse, with a trained Aes Sedai this time, not some bullshit idiot woman that got kicked out that doesn't really know how to channel. They could have linked with an actual Aes Sedai that obviously knows the bone-breaking, I'm gonna crush you weave, instead of like doing something useful like shooting lightning bolts or fireballs and killing.
Why didn't they do what they did with the bullshit Moiraine stuff in season 1 and rip up the ground and have fireballs?
Right.
I mean, it just
building down and run.
Do you guys remember how Moiraine in episode 1 of the first season just like ripped a Trolloc in half with like leaves of air? Where was that move? Where was
let
that
me show you what I'm talking about. This is from season 1. Please put this on the screen. If they would have done this fight would have been over in 2 seconds. See, she would have used the power of Arby's roast beef.
Everybody would have stopped and ate, right? I mean, it's like, get this. Yeah, where are the curly fries? Where's the curly fries?
Who can resist the delicious roast beef flavor of
she's mega into that. Look at that. She wants it bad. Like, look at her eyes. Ooh.
Yeah.
Give me the meat. Give it to me raw.
I think that's why
she looks like she's getting some raw meat there.
About that. Sorry.
Yeah, well, she's about to get some raw meat now. She wants in town.
Yeah. Nick Filani brings up Filoni brings up an excellent point. Why didn't they teleport like everyone else has been doing? Excellent question.
I love how everything is just a coincidence. So, like, Alana and her throuple, like, they come across like the ambulance. Like all of a sudden, Matt's in Carrion and he's just gonna run right into Rand. Like nothing has happened. Like it's just everything. You can get
Constrained Anachronism. So I'm gonna make one correction here. Rami Park is a woman. I keep seeing people saying he and him. No, it's an Asian chick.
Respect people's pronouns.
Yes. Which is why I'm going to refer to Renna as he from now on.
It was cringe to have that dude wearing a dress pick Nada Gween off the floor and put her up on a wall. I'm like, what are we doing here? If you're gonna pretend that this is a chick, okay, it's just like what the fuck are we doing?
That was more Halloween. That was taken straight from Halloween when he kills the dude. Remember, picks him up. Puts him against the wall, and you see the feet wiggling.
Yep.
Sorry. Yep.
Yeah. So So Leandrin's kid was a great baby.
Why?
True. Yeah.
Why?
What baby?
Epstein.
Grape soda.
Yeah.
Why?
An Epstein baby.
Leandrin just let her son get killed as well.
Yeah. After all that.
What the fuck was that?
Swore to the dark and just let's her kill her.
Lanfear is apparently very pro-abortion, is what we learned from that. Like, super progressive guys.
Literally.
But on top of that, we're learning that
the only gift a woman can give to another woman.
Leandrin swore to the dark.
Isn't that disgusting, guys? It's so gross.
Leandrin swore to the dark
side. I'm
going
to kill your male child because I care about you.
She swore to the shadow to torture her son because he should be dead, and she won't let him go. So that's why she swore to the dark to keep her son alive and in pain and tortured. Lanfear is actually better doing the right thing because the dude is like 100-something because she won't let him die.
And explain to me how, because you know how they usually train women in the White Tower. It's like they get them at a certain age. How did they get Leandrin if she's being married off to some young old man or something when she's underage?
Oh yeah, she must have been like 9 or 10.
it makes sense
because they
in show
needed
canon,
this
though.
story. Go ahead.
Because the show made it where you don't start channeling until you're like 27 or something like that. So you know,
Is that true? Is that true?
No.
well, I mean, look at it, like Egwene and Nynaeve and all of them.
Oh, they
right?
should be crazy by now.
aged them
At
up.
the age
They
they're
aged
at,
them up.
they would have went nuts from the.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Jan and Jan,
sorry.
before
Okay,
we
Jan.
let me
Yeah,
run
yeah,
this
go
super chat real
ahead,
quick.
please.
So $2 from Jan and Clausen.
Thank you.
Leandrin's son death is her redemption trigger.
Yep. Yeah.
Is
no,
he?
No,
I-
what there was there was a line, I forget what the line is right after that, about like no one's so like they do the Ingtar line for her. It immediately clicked. It's like, okay, there it is. They're giving her the redemption arc.
Yep.
Like I forget exactly what the line is, but it's there because I got pissed. It's I forget exactly what the line was, but he's right. It's right after it. She dies and there's the.
Well, she doesn't give him
something
the
about-
line. She says the night, not the light. She says the night.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I
I thought
the
the same
version
thing.
of it.
I
They
thought the
keep
same
calling
thing.
it the dark instead of the shadow. It's just like, can
So-
I before I lose it? Can I ask one quick thing? Okay.
Shoot, and then we gotta. Yep, go for it.
Is there any reason that Egwene should be choking on any of these things when she's being hung by a freaking hole in the back of her shoulders?
Good point.
She's
Yeah,
being
I
hung
actually-
So
by
where
a
are the
hook.
where are the armholes on her shoulder pads?
They're
No, because
being-
there
she's being
aren't armholes.
She's
That's-
being
that's why, so
hung
it's-
by a hook on the in between her shoulder blades. She's being drugged by a hook on the back between her shoulder blades. She should not be
Yes.
choking.
So the only issue though is that there aren't anything. Nothing goes under her arms, right? So when you get lifted by that, the only thing that's actually attached to her is the collar.
All
Yeah,
she's
so
got to do
she-
is lean forward like this, and she's fine.
That said, like no, it didn't look like she was choking on it. She looked like she had a good 3 inches all the way
She's
around.
fine.
Ladies, good 3 inches.
Sorry, it bothered me. It's just like this is overacting at its finest. She's not even. They couldn't even like. It's just.
How
Yeah.
much better would that scene have looked if she just had a regular collar that was
Yes.
hung by the ring?
Yes, 100%.
Then she would have looked like she was choking.
Absolutely.
Then it would have looked exactly.
Because
Yeah.
the thing would be attached directly to the ring, which would then be choking her. Like it's not like this is not.
As with everything else, all of these changes make they make it worse. There's not a single change they made that is better.
So I'm sorry, Jan and Clausen, it looks like it doubled on you. So tell you what, buddy, if you send another message in the chat, just do it in like all caps or something. I'll read that one and treat this one as your super.
It might block the all caps. You might want to. If you
right.
could do it, just that's what YouTube does. So you may want to put like asterisks on it. Sorry. So
Yeah, make it look goofy, but not like spam section.
not as goofy as this show. Not as goofy. As
You could just add
Well,
White
he's-
Cloaks
well-
on it or something. That
There
should
you go.
pop it
Yeah.
up.
Then we got another 5 from Thumb Maryland. Appreciate it. Who asked, what were the tissues needed for? Leandrin's 90-year-old son put out of his misery, Unbreakable having to pour water, disposable Sedai getting captured. I'm assuming it was also for a Terry Tate office linebacker who did get stabbed.
I thought it was Moiraine's redemption arc where she thanked her gay nephew for making a good sandwich. Wasn't that moving? Wasn't that a hell of a redemption arc? Well, look, she's nice. She likes sandwiches with butter on both sides of the bread.
Somebody please update us when they actually announce which scene it was that we were supposed to be crying at, because like the only one that got even close was Matt and Rand's. No matter how contrived it was, that was the only thing that gave me any little bit of any emotion at all, was that little tiny 5-second thing.
I think
All-
I think Salty's onto this though. That the so far the best thing that we've seen in season 2 is a recipe for how to make a decent sandwich, which actually I think sounded like it might have made a decent sandwich. I mean, buttering both sides of the bread, that's
They
an
were
S
talking
tier
about
move.
fucking grilled cheese sandwiches. Apparently, her gay nephew makes fucking grilled cheese sandwiches in this
guys.
interpretation of
Yeah.
Robert Jordan's
Yeah,
work.
seriously. I don't know. We're having some problems with Discord, and we're trying to get Nathan on here. Can any of you guys send Nathan the link?
I'm
I got
on
it. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
our Discord is like just a blank
Who's got
slate,
it?
and
If you got it, you can't.
I'll do it.
You got it
Yeah,
first.
we
So
can't do
I'll
it.
let you
Okay,
go ahead.
thanks, guys.
Yep. Yes, I have we really reached the point in this show where Barthanas is the most likable character in the show?
Yes.
Yeah, and even then, he's an annoying twat canoe, but like,
Yes.
he's inoffensive.
Yeah, Proof Barthanas is the least annoying character in this show. Wild times.
Yes.
Oh, you mean
I'll
Professor
be honest.
Lockhart?
I'll be honest. I was on Team Renna. Like I was rooting for her over Egwene. Like I couldn't.
Oh yeah.
I was
Oh,
just
for sure.
Does that
For
make
sure,
me a
yeah.
bad person? Yeah.
No.
No.
And little did Egwene
You-
know, all she had to do was misgender it.
Like Renna was like in the book. I remember correctly. Renna was she was bad. Like she was a little bit. She was quite a bit sadistic. And here she's very. I don't know. She's reluctant to torture Egwene. That's the impression I got.
Fill up the glass of water.
I wish I could tell you how she felt. Unfortunately, she was such a shit actress. Emotions were difficult.
That was terrible.
He really
acting.
did a bad job pretending to be a woman who was evil. I'm just gonna say that he really did.
That was one of the most monotone, like strange deliveries I've ever seen.
Oh, make that song.
It was terrible.
It's hard to describe. It's hard to describe that what that was.
She was very robotic. I didn't get. I know what you're talking about.
Yep. Yeah. Nathan, good to see you. Real quick, I got another super chat from Mark Clark, 499. He said, "I wasn't paying attention, but did Moraine cry while bathing?"
Close.
Yeah,
Close. She cried a lot.
She cried a
Cried
lot,
while
but not-
hugging. I don't think she cried while bathing though. Hugging, yelling.
Didn't she cry while writing letter? She's been writing.
And
guys,
while writing
now,
letters.
I want you guys to all
I
know.
wrote down when people cry. Let me see.
We now know what Moraine spent the whole season doing at her desk, trying to write a letter to Suan and tell her that she's.
What did you think of? What did you think of that? Them adding the text like that. I was just like,
Stupid.
What the fuck
It was
is
ridiculous.
this? Doogie Howser now?
Yeah,
Awful.
Doogie, exactly. It was awful. Stupid.
Did I black out? Did Moraine bathe in this episode?
No,
No.
I don't think so. No,
She needs a bath, though.
she was crying in the first episode. I used that clip for the
yeah.
Golden Girls thing, and she's looking at her hands and all that. So yeah, she was crying.
In her own tears. What the fuck did I just watch?
What is happening?
What is happening?
Now we almost heard you,
Oh,
Nathan.
my.
Move your mic a little.
Nathan's got full RoboCop going on.
Yeah, you're
Sound like
all
from the
muted.
future.
All muted.
Rena or Rima?
Awesome.
No, Rena. We all
Rena.
much preferred Rena
Rena.
kicking the shit out of Egwene than Rima
Yep.
dying.
Can I hear what Nathan
No,
had to
Reba
say?
died.
Because I love when Nathan talks.
I hate when Nathan talks. He's a pose.
Is
I'm
it
kidding. I'm
better?
kidding. Here we go.
Move it a
There we
little
go.
closer,
Get
dude. You got
that,
it.
like,
Move it a little
elf guy
closer
from
in front of you.
Get
Get
the
Dead
beard
Dead or
out of the
alive,
way,
you're
bro.
coming
It's
with
better.
me.
Get your beard out of
That's
the way.
better.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, like I said, fuck did I just watch?
Check
No.
your dude.
Got lag.
Check
Check
your,
your audio input.
definitely
Check
check
your
your
audio
audio.
input on Melon. Yeah, but what the fuck did we? I'll say it for you. What the fuck did we just watch?
Yeah. The Mordor letters on screen a la Rings of Power was
Yes.
great.
Oh my
Whoever
god!
told them that was the way to go was truly giving them terrible advice. Wow, I'm. Oh,
How much and again, I'm not going to make this about me, but I am so convinced this show was almost 80% in the bag for season 1 and they reshot it because there is no fucking way that they went from what seemed to be coherent but entirely wrong, okay, in season 1 to where we are now, which is just it is is this like ADD meets like women's liberation meets like soap opera writing. It just
You know what this
like
is,
how is
Sophie?
the same showrunner behind this? Seriously.
This is like a bunch of people that grew up reading and writing fan fiction. It's a fan fiction thing. Like, I've been on Tumblr for a long time. I'm not anymore, but like what people do when they write fan fiction is they're like, I like this character, I like that character, I like these feelings, I like this situation. So all they do is write things that make themselves feel comfortable, and you get the situation that with the characters, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. Like, it's just silly.
yep.
That
And
explains a
it
lot.
makes no sense, but you get the good touchy-feely emotion, and you get all the feels, like they always say, and no story.
Yep.
You're
Gotta
fucking doomed.
hit.
When we're gone, when Gen X is and like the older millennials that aren't fucking insane are gone, you guys are going to be living in Mad Max if you're lucky. Okay, this is insanity. When you take away the hero's journey, when you take away the idea of right and wrong, when you vilify manhood, when you turn women, you make women that are strong into petulant, violent, like teenage boys. If this is what you're going to bring into Western civilization, go fucking live in Mogadishu, because that's where this goes. Because this is hard to watch. There's nothing here to emulate as far as heroism or love or friendship or truth or sacrifice. There's nothing here. Nothing.
Jan and Klassen, I owe you a super chat, so I'm going to count this one as yours. So your question is, why don't they just use English lettering? It would help on the guide stones and shitty letters. Excellent question.
Why is she writing? Is it supposed to be her writing in old tongue? Is that what she's doing? Like, or is it a code? Like, what is she writing?
Well,
just write
you
English.
guys aren't. You guys aren't seeing the brilliance behind what she's doing, which is she's speaking in vague words and codes. She's like, "Hey, Swan, something happened. Better encrypt that one. You can't have that note fall into the wrong hands."
She's drawing the shapes of the letters of that she's gonna lick on Suan Sanche, like with her tongue. The next time
for Alfred, B is for bat.
Can we get a shout out?
I'm Mr. T. I'm Mr. T. Baby.
Can we give a shout out to the postmaster in Randland? Because god damn, that postal service. They are on it. I mean, Suan is writing letters in the middle of nowhere, and you're picking them up and sending them. Moraine is sending letters to her traveling circus of 4. How about the Amerlin's freaking entourage is her 2 guards and a horse? Like,
I forget in the books. I forget in the books. How do they send messages? In Song of Ice and Fire, they have ravens.
Birds.
Pigeons.
Pigeons. They use pigeons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Messengers. They use messengers a lot. Like that was like a thing.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. You guys are feeling generous today.
Oh, thank you, Kyle.
$10 from Lyle Hammock. He asked, what's up? So are we supposed to like Moraine in this show after how god awful she is in the show? Because she complimented her gay nephew on his sandwich making.
Yeah, that's the turn.
F off show and Raginor.
Yeah, that's
Hail.
the turn. That she hugged the guy and went, and then just
she's
like,
Gordon fucking Ramsay in this episode. You know, it's like, all right.
No, it's not. Gordon Ramsay will yell at people because they're doing something bad or like they're making unsafe food or something. She's just a nasty, raging bitch who's mad because she got stilled. She won't tell anyone, despite all that they're talking in hallways. She won't say a goddamn thing, and she's just pretending like nothing's wrong because like people that write this shit are like 5. We're not seeing somebody who's capable, who thinks things through, who makes plans, and even if she couldn't channel, she would think of something to do. I mean, she's sitting around here acting like she can actually protect Rand when she's arguably putting him in more danger. I don't know why she thinks she's freaking like a target for Lanfear. She can't do shit.
Lanfear is right. Like,
yeah, she is. You need to get away from her, Rand.
Lanfear is the hero of this story.
Why
Rand she really is.
Like, it's Rand should be like, dude, is she? You know what, man? I was wrong. Can we just make sure my people are okay? And I'm with you. Like, can we protect my people? Like, can we make sure my peeps are like? Because the whole reason I ran from you is because I feared my friends were gonna get hurt. Can we just, can we protect them? And then I mean, we're good. Like. That's how bad they've done the Forsaken. Is they're right, and like right now, I don't see why, other than them being afraid for some reason that they're gonna kill his friends. There's no reason for him to go be like, well, can we make a deal and just keep my friends safe? And let's get down. Like
that sounds good. It makes sense. It just Lanfear
is right.
Whoever she's right. She doesn't treat Rand like shit. She doesn't use Rand. She's
I don't know. They're just using each other for meaningless sex. So
that's
what's wrong with that?
Not to advance her own political plot.
Yeah.
Real quick, $5 from Sven Dragon. Yeah. Somehow following the book a little bit made this worse. less to laugh at and more to be exasperated with.
Yes.
Sven, I
Right.
think
Yeah.
you nailed that. I
Yeah,
think that is how
exactly.
pretty much we are all feeling here.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
so
was
this
it
was-
30 minutes of watching Egwene get like, tortured and shit like that. Like that's a really long time for an
It was
8-episode season arc to dwell on. Like,
well, nothing to break
but-
it up either.
but
Like nothing
it
good.
wasn't about Egwene. It was about the trans representation on the screen. Okay?
Yeah.
That
How
character
is
named
that?
Egwene
If
has
you didn't
nothing
look
to
that
fucking
person
do.
up-
The show was in
a
the
second,
it was
why
the
was it?
ESG ratings for screen time for a trans character. That's all
How
it
is
was
that-
to Amazon.
I mean, like,
That's all.
honestly, though, like, you're always bringing this up, but, like, how would you even know? There was nothing about that person that didn't read as female, so how would you
Yeah, I
even
thought
know
she's
anything?
not a girl.
Oh, I'm not sure I agree with that. I thought it was based on her size and build. I thought there was a part of it that looked
Dude,
male, but I also
I
don't
don't
think that the BlackRock ESG stuff cares. I think they look at it as so long as you have the actress on the
Okay.
screen, you still get the points.
I think
Um,
internally for Amazon, though, I think that we can talk about that, but I'm convinced that was an important representation. Rafe talked about it in articles, along with the polyamory. He said they were going to focus on that this season, that they were going to have trans representation in this season. I don't know. I could be wrong, but
Do
it
you
was
think-
painful, and there was something wrong with that chick or that dude or whatever the fuck it was.
Do you think that we've seen the polyamory that he's said we were going to focus on, or are we going to
Oh, yeah.
see even more of it?
That
Like
was
that
it.
we haven't
We'll get
actually
more.
even seen it yet. That
What
was
did you guys-
that was just the appetizer
They gave
to
us
what
the
Rafe has
fake-
planned.
They gave us the fake sex in the tent scene. Like
Yep.
It's like
We've had
it's like
several
great, they're having
moments
sex in the
of
tent, and then Land goes to sneak away, and they're like, "No, we're not having sex." But go
Who,
fly.
who,
It's
who
like,
was
what?
having sex in the tent?
Shit.
It's just a fake sex.
Some
Like
shit.
Alana was
just
she was just
Alana was having
pleasuring
sex with
herself in the
herself.
tent, and we're supposed
Yeah.
to think. And there's like, "Oh, we tricked you. We're not fucking for once."
Yeah.
What
like,
they
we're
did to
being-
Lan is unconscionable.
Oh god.
I mean, with accusing him and then binding him, like this is a guy who has been loyal to Moraine. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't. It
Well,
just
it's binding
I
him, and then
know.
Alana threatens to kill him.
Land
yeah,
should
that-
have
that-
said,
that
"Kill
is-
me." He should have said, "Okay, kill me.
I was hoping
that's what
for
I
a
said.
fight.
Go ahead.
Go ahead." That's what. he should-
Imagine him telling what his and Moraine's quest was just to save his own fucking life.
I know. Isn't that like such
Yeah,
a
I was
bitch
just
move?
like,
Like, he
wow.
just gives everything away.
Oh my
Like-
god.
Everybody in the
Weak.
show, everybody sits there and does that shit. It's like, oh, you threatened me one time, so I guess I can't hold to my morals.
Yeah. Like some things aren't worth fighting for and dying for. The whole idea, and we've gone over it over and over and over, of what Lan stands for. They delighted in destroying that. That Lan is just
Well-
an 11-year-old boy who needs a BIPOC female to take control of him. This is fetishization again in every fucking episode.
Well, this Moraine is a horrible person, so can you really blame him?
No.
Aldan.
That's actually a good
Yes.
point, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Lan, based on what we've seen here, Lan has probably assisted in many evil acts. Like, you know, if he's just been traveling with her for a while, you know, they've probably burned down what, a dozen orphanages at this point.
Oh,
Like-
at least tortured a
How
lot
many
of
puppies
kittens
are
to
there?
death. I bet too. It's just
They're
They're,
it's
what?
they're
sick.
worse than the Solden and Damani who are hunting down other
That's
potential.
Wait, I didn't
That's
understand that last point about burning what?
Well, think about all the evil things that Moraine has done in this show, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So we know she's an awful person.
yes,
And Lan has been with her and assisting her for 20 years.
Yep.
yeah.
Think about all the evil things Moraine and Lan have done in those 20 years. If the, year we've gotten so far is a representation of it.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The joke isn't funny if I have to explain it.
It
Well,
was funny the first time. It was fun.
It was.
Here's
I-
how bad this show is. I'm drinking something that's 60%.
Wow.
Wow.
I've got to fucking drown it.
Ooh.
I'm very jealous, but with that, I think I
No.
need to take
Yeah,
the
it's
chance here,
5
get a word
a.m.
in edgewise, and
Good
say
to
I got to bow out. It is. It's about 5 a.m. where I am. So
Gotcha that.
I'm gonna
You're
go pretend to get enough sleep, and I'll just hate myself tomorrow about as much as I hate this show. So
Good night, dude.
By the way, dude, I
Thanks,
already,
Pip.
I already,
Feels nice
I already
to
put
see
your
you.
thing in
Brian.
I already put
We
your
love
thing in the
you and
editing.
we miss you.
You're gonna love
oh,
it.
you did?
Hey,
Yes, I did.
stay safe, Pips, man. Good to see
Yeah,
All right.
take care of
Hey,
yourself.
you guys
Take
have
care,
a good
brother.
one. You guys are crushing it with these comments. Chat, you guys have been awesome. Smash the like button. Go subscribe to everybody if you're not already. And thanks for those of you who watched it with us in the Discord. Probably the only redeeming quality of watching this show is getting to see you guys make all of your
The
fucking
friends
comments
we made
as
along
we
the
go
way.
Easily the only thing that's entertaining about this show. So anyway, have a good night, guys.
Good night, Pips.
Yep.
Take
Good night,
care.
Pips. Hey, so my brother just randomly sent me something.
Oh
Okay,
no.
and my brother, my brother who popped into one of my freaking streams, like it shocked the hell out of me. But tell me what this like. Tell me what you think when you see this. This is sort of a little bit unrelated, but can you read this? Because his reaction was, did they just admit that AI is writing the show?
All you need is a fantasy novel generator and dream.
What?
Pretty much, yeah. I can see that.
Wow.
Is that them admitting that
That's not even
AI
fair to-
is
that's
writing
not-
the show?
That's not fair to AI. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I know. Remember when you guys and Pips, you guys had AI write this season and we're just yeah, it was arguably better than what we've seen so far.
Yeah, but if you plug in the season 1 script to an AI and say continue this, I mean the one that the one that
Yeah, I know what you're. I agree.
if you plug that into an AI and say, hey, write another season for me, is that what pops out?
No, the AI will turn around and say, "Fuck you for trying to desecrate
blow
Robert
its own head out.
Good night.
Wanted to say,
Right.
hey, to Spy Hero 101, I've seen you a lot on Twitter. Not sure I've seen you on here, so wanted to call you out.
Spy Hero, awesome.
Coming.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've seen him on Twitter too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
dude's a fucking weapon out there.
Yeah, thanks for the support. Yeah, thanks for I've seen you liking stuff and all that. Thank you so much. It means a lot to all of us. Not to speak for everybody, but thank you.
It does.
Ah, you can
Trinity
speak
on
for us.
Mars.
Sven, did we like Trinity on Mars? Yes, we enjoyed Trinity on Mars quite a bit. Ugh.
Mars.
More like Maleficent on Mars, or Granny from Looney Tunes on Mars with that
Hey, Brahma.
freaking hat.
Brahma.
Always telling us about the good whiskey.
Yep. Jesus, was Perrin in this episode?
Nope.
Nope.
Wasn't he kind of? He was
No
wandering
Pern.
around. No, that was just Loyal and Ingtar dressed up like a woman.
I thought
Oh,
they were
God.
supposed to. I thought they were legally required to, contractually required to be in every episode.
So he gets
boy.
a credit for it. He's going to get paid for it.
Yeah.
But Lady B brings up a great point. At what point first, does Loyal even have any conversation with
How did
Egwene?
they know that Egwene
Second,
is there?
Ingtar doesn't give he keeps talking about Egwene. At least Ingtar's actually focused on the horn like he should be. But
How?
it's
How
like,
did they know what the horn
but
is?
how do they know where she is? How do they know she's
Thank you.
there? How do they know it? Well, that's what Lady
How?
B's just like. How do they know any
Yeah,
of this?
that was the first thing I know. I thought because I was
Yeah.
getting my computer, I thought I missed something, but I don't think
You
they
didn't.
explained it.
No,
You
they
did.
didn't.
Well, they know she's there because they were still standing in the same spot in the last episode when they brought Nynaeve or Egwene up to chain her. That's how they know she's there.
They didn't even say hi. What a bunch of assholes.
No,
just let her
well,
do
they were too busy thinking about Disney movies, singing a whole new world.
61 in chat. Hit that like button,
Wow,
guys.
that's so cool, you guys. I don't think we've had that many people in a White Cloak stream. Yes, please hit the like button.
Hit that
And
like
if you
button.
feel
Sets them up.
generous, leave a comment after the stream ends. So, YouTube likes that stuff.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
So no Perrin.
No fair.
Is
Matt
that a bad thing,
abandoned Rand again.
Min is
Yeah, can we talk about
destroyed.
Min, the dark friend, best girl dump truck driver, Min?
She is destroyed.
As if Buzzcut
Oh,
wasn't enough.
Like in the little dream skip things, does anybody else it's like It's like, what the fuck are we doing with that shit? Stop. Just stop. It does like just put a little haze on the side, and we know it's the dream world. Like, you don't have to do the bullshit skipping. It's not cool. And then Min is just
But it's
Edgy.
Blade
she's
Runner.
just-
It's Blade Runner
Dark Friend.
2049 is what it is.
Well, and
it's Blade
like,
Runner
Min is
2049.
Is Min just? Yeah, you're right. It is. That's absolutely 100%. You're right. Is Min just an idiot? Like, is that where we're at?
Yes.
It's like Ishmael's like, you know what? Do this thing, and I'll take your curse away, and then you're not a dark friend anymore. You could. It's okay.
I mean,
You
like,
killed a
why
bunch of
would she
people
believe him?
and shit, but that's all right. It don't matter.
And they never showed her actually having reasons to be in love with not Matt. I mean, again, like,
I don't
just
think they're
because you
supposed to
tell
be
me,
like in love.
I don't know. Are they? Like, I feel
I
like
don't
they
think
are.
so. I think
Well,
they're trying to do that like
Matt-
queer
Matt-
platonic thing that they do on Tumblr all the time. This
No,
is like
no,
my
Matt- Matt
best
was
what
like-
that is.
girl.
I don't know what that is.
Matt did say I would have to go break some girl's heart. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's what they were trying to convey.
Yeah, I don't know, like, because they were like, yeah, we're not romantically involved. Like, I just got like, we're trying really hard to make these BFFs.
Min is. I don't even know what to do with Min. Like, she talks to Ishmael, she goes and cries, and then she gets drunk, and then she's like,
The
I
last
care for you
time
so
we-
much that I'm doomed.
Like,
ahead.
what is she
Unless-
really doing for Ishii? Like, is she trying to take the guys? Is she trying to get Matt close to Rand?
Like, wasn't it? I thought
And
she
if
did.
Ishii cares so much, why isn't he doing
Go ahead,
anything with
Steve.
Perrin?
Well, she's already
Steve,
done
you-
what he said, and now,
Yeah.
okay, I got him to carry it. It's like, well, one more thing, and then I'll do it. It's like, but you already said you would do it if I got to. It's like, she doesn't even question him. It's like, well,
Yeah.
I've already done the thing. I did the thing. Like, that was the deal. Well, now you got to do one more thing. So she's stupid enough to think, well, if I keep doing, like, well, I guess she's not stupid enough. She just gets drunk and doesn't do it.
Yes. Can you imagine if Matt had not come back to the inn, if he just fucked off with Rand? Her entire thing would have.
Yeah, which he should have.
That
He should have
Right.
fucked off with
was what
Rand.
should have happened.
Well, but he had to have some vehicle that put him back into the proper show character.
Or Rand should have just gone with him and said, "Man, hey, come with me. I gotta, tell somebody we're taking off, and then we'll get the fuck out of here."
Yep. So Kelly Adart, you see this sometimes. Is it trending for your personal, or is it trending overall? Like, is there a number underneath it? Because that'll tell you if it's actually trending or if it's a targeted trend towards you.
It's a targeted trend. I got the same one. There was no numbers.
Gotcha. Yeah. So don't worry, we're not trending. It's not that popular.
Nope.
So another super chat, $2 from Constrained Anachronism. He is suggesting we give Min a nickname like Moron Minus.
Okay,
Minus?
Min has a great freaking nickname, and I don't know if we can do this because our internet was getting kind of shaky with opening so many things. But Galad Demodred over our Larg Captain Commander over on Discord came up with the best name for her, and it was Min Jong Un because she likes
Oh
to
my
like
God.
Kim Jong-il. I was like, oh my God, Galad, I love you. You're awesome.
Oh,
Like,
You've come to the
laughing
right
for,
place.
like, a
if you're
good
watching
10
it. You've
minutes.
come to the
Big
right
Chuck.
place.
I love it. I love
Oh
it.
my
God.
goodness!
Psych.
Let's get a link for
Well,
Lady
I-
Balefire in the chat for that one. Here we go. Sorry, I'm trying to. Go ahead.
I think it's fucking ridiculous too that she sits there. Matt actually acts like the smartest person in the episode when he sits there and realizes that she just used him, and then he's getting pissed off at her, and then she's like, "You don't know what this is costing me." Like, fuck you.
Look, I don't know if you guys are
You
gonna,
get to have more visions. When
Matt was the
you
best
fucking
character in
kill
the episode
people.
for me, anyways. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I feel like Matt was the closest thing to a character in this episode of anybody. But I don't know if you guys agree or disagree. But
Until he didn't show up.
well, I mean, yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
all knew they were gonna fuck that up, right? But it's
Yeah.
like, until he abandoned Rand, like he abandoned Egwene. That's
Mhm.
now his story, is abandoning the people that he's,
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, boy. What is happening?
man,
What is happening?
alcohol is great.
I was really
don't-
sad that like Logain didn't drop any more red pills.
I'm drinking.
Yeah.
and that like our Logain stuff that we got was a repeat of the same scene that we've had for 2 episodes. I guess Rand just couldn't get his little NPC quest done, and he didn't find whatever Logain wanted, which was unspecified. So how can he progress to the next level? He needs a cheat code.
I love the fact that they flew Logain out to film all of his scenes at one location in one day.
And that's it. You can tell. You can
Mhm.
tell.
Yeah.
They barely changed the camera angle too on the
Didn't even
B-roll
change
stuff. It's
anything.
kind of
Same
funny.
costume, same. Yeah.
Why?
Steve,
Why?
you're mute. Okay.
Am I muted? I'm sorry.
You weren't.
No, you're not.
You weren't.
Why?
You're good. You're good.
No,
You're good.
probably maybe a delay. Why the hell can Logain see anything? He should
I
be
know.
going like
It's
he should
a
be looking
question.
around like, what is happening? Why are you twitching? What
I was
what,
just
why is,
going
what-
on.
why
you
did you
know,
fall over? Like he shouldn't see shit. And it's like the little grabbits. It's like you're not teaching him. You're just saying things. That is not how you teach people. You don't grab the shit. It's like, what does that mean? Like I don't understand.
Here we go from God himself. Okay, he gave us $10. Thank you so much. That was very generous. This is Venus is Glad from the Discord. It was a stroke of inspiration from the completely absurd presentation. I'm still laughing at that.
That teaching
cannot
follows
see
the
it.
same. The teaching follows the same program as the Yellow Sister did with Elaine and Nincompoop, because they're sitting there figuring out, and Nincompoop's like, I don't know how to do
Here's how
it,
you
and
change.
she's like, oh well, here's how you do it, and you just do. That's all.
Yeah.
You just do
How
it.
do you? I can't channel. How do I channel? Well, just don't think about it.
Yeah, you've now taught him to seize the power. What does he do with it now?
Well,
you
the
need
girls
to
do.
actually, yeah.
But he was talking about the girls where she's just like, Nynaeve's like, when I do it, it's too strong, or I can't get it, and she's like, well, just don't think about it, just let it happen,
Just fuck.
You don't
Just
have to
lie
do
back
anything.
and let it happen.
Which
Just channel.
is in a way, accurate to an extent in the way that's
we have to
how the woman's
focus, but just like she's just like she didn't teach her anything. She's just like, well, just put your hands out there and it'll happen.
I know.
Yeah, instead of guiding, it was just calm down.
Hey, I got a question. Is this the first time this scene where they address like if you channel too much you can die or something?
They did that a couple times in the first season.
The end of
Did
episode
they?
8, right?
When they
actually did it in episode 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How about a sword fight in the daytime? Wow. Sorry, Nate.
Oh no.
Oh
yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then the warder who won't actually kill the person mercy kill the person, so he's responsible now for allowing her to get chained.
A warder would immediately do what was asked of him immediately.
Absolutely.
In that situation.
Oh, that situation, 100%. They're surrounded. There's no hope.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be collared.
Did he? I forget.
Do her and do yourself. That's what you do.
I forget. Did he hesitate?
Oh yeah.
That's why he died. That's why
he said, "I can't."
Yeah, and you know what that was?
Can't.
That was the Perrin and Egwene scene where he was like, "Oh, I kill her to protect her, but I can't."
Yeah, from Eye of the World.
Meaningless characters.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Another one,
Raven,
$4.99 from Mark Clark. He accurately points out that Rima did not tell Nynaeve about her moist pink flower.
Oh god, that's sickening.
So that's how you know that Rima is not a teacher. She just kind of she's out there doing stuff.
You mean
Did you guys talk about how ironic it was that Matt had the gall to tell Rand that he looks like shit after he hasn't changed his clothes in 2 seasons?
That did crack me up.
I don't know. I was fine with it because Rand does look like shit, so I thought it ironic. I found it ironic because he does look like shit. So it's like, yeah, you're not wrong. Like,
I didn't feel. You know what's funny is I didn't feel a damn thing during that interaction. Like there was no chemistry whatsoever.
Wow.
It's like they didn't even. It's like you could tell the actors never met before.
I actually disagree. I think there was something there, and I think we needed more of what happened in that 5 seconds. I think that's why. I think that's why this episode pisses me off.
It
so
wasn't
much.
earned, Steve. It wasn't earned.
Yeah, it
I'm
wasn't
not saying it
earned,
was
and
earned.
nothing
I'm
was
saying there was
said.
something there. If you watch it back, if you just watch that back in the freaking, it just that. There's something there.
I didn't find anything genuine in what they were saying. It felt like they were reading off.
It wasn't genuine, but there was chemistry on screen for 5 seconds. And it was the chemistry, I think, that those of us that wanted to have the Rand, Matt, and Perrin friendship, just it was the only thing that was easy and felt organic.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
I feel
think,
chemistry
like,
has to be earned, has to be kind of built up.
Well, if you just
Okay.
That's I didn't
Fair
find
enough.
that.
I think that like the guy playing Matt now, he like I'm trying to think of how to describe this from my directing classes because it's really hard to kind of explain this, but it feels like he's like one of the few people on the show that actually sells his performance. Like he actually believes in the acting that he's doing.
That's it.
And I think a lot of people just it's so ridiculous and the situations are so stupid and the direction is so bad that they can't sell their performance. They can't accurately, like, they don't believe that they're this character, so you get a lot of really bad acting. Like, I think the guy playing Rand is just a bad actor. He's a model, and he should stick to modeling. And yes, we did watch him as Dutch show. He's just as bad at Dutch. But, like, yes, it's an entertaining show. He's not a good actor in it. It's a crap show, but it's entertaining. But anyway, like, yeah, he really sells his performance. Like, he did the things on the prison. I think we all commented on that in our reviews. And he really tries to sell it with the other actors. It's like the other actors are just not that skilled and they're just not that invested in their performances.
And you're right. Like, I think he actually, like, he emotes. He actually, it feels like he wants to be Matt. Whether what they have given him makes him mad or not, well, that's up to. But you could see there's it's different. I don't know what it is, but we haven't had enough of him to definitely say anything. But like when he's on screen, you at least see he's trying, whereas some of the other ones are just like talking, and and I felt like, and you agree to disagree. I'm talking about in a box. I'm not talking about everything around it. The minute Matt turned around and saw Rand, they both actually acted like they were friends.
Yeah,
it was brother energy.
They gave each other a big hug.
It was
male brother energy. Yeah, dude. No judgment about
5 seconds.
Yep,
5 seconds.
Yep, no judgment about anything. They were just happy to see each other. You saw some genuine emotion from Matt from seeing his friend that he hasn't seen, and he feels guilty over abandoning. Like I saw all of that, and it was like. And that made me fucking angry. It made me. It's the most infuriating part of the episode for me.
Yeah, because it's what they've missed.
That is what the show should be. More of that.
That's
shit.
why they took it out, and that's why they took it out.
Yeah. So. So I don't know.
So what did we do in this?
What's happening?
What was it? Just me, or the first few scenes when they threw Egwene in the room when the neck vibrator was on her? Did the CGI fuck up and it looked like it was coming off of her body?
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah,
I was like, what is? And then they did the pan out thing from the kennels, and you could tell when they went to CGI because it looked goofy.
Yep.
Did you see? It's like what is happening? Like, this is $1 billion company. Hire CGI artists. Like, what is happening?
So I feel like we're not talking enough about the fact that they fucking cucked Ishii.
Yeah, she threw. They were in the dream, and she kind of threw him out of the dream. I was just like, "What the fuck is this?"
Well, okay,
he's supposed to be the most terrifying. He's supposed to be the most terrifying bad guy in this series.
Who said the thing in here? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Nerdporeal. I apologize. I'm sorry.
You always interrupt me.
I'm used
to it.
I'm used to it, man.
I'm the Damani. I'm the Damani.
You're the Damani?
Prophet of the dickhead.
So no, but just because I didn't want. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Now, who said the idiot show? So you got to think like an idiot. Like, that was the thing you like the show is made for idiots, so you can't think too much, right? So this is what they're doing. Okay, I'm trying to get in their headspace a little bit. She didn't kick him out. She pretended to kick him out, so she could then manipulate Rand into thinking that she is on his side, by getting Ishii out of the way. So she didn't really kick him out.
Because
He
Ishii was
left.
never there. Ishii was
Do you
never
think
there.
the writers
Or
are
do
that
you think that was
smart?
just a?
I'm saying he was there, but they manipulated it so it looked like she came in. She's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And Rand's like, "Oh, thank you so much." Like he's indebted to her. It was supposed to be some
you think it
mind
was
game.
good cop, bad cop?
Yeah, that's exactly what I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a thing to fool Rand to get Lanfear of Mars more connected with. Did anybody else think the Louis Theron shit was cringy as fuck? Like
it was cringy as fuck.
What was?
It was cringy
her
as fuck.
calling
She
him
had
Louis
no
Theron.
idea.
Yeah,
She had no
Louis
idea
Theron?
what
We
those
don't
words
know.
meant.
Well,
She had no
yeah.
idea.
She called
what
him
those words
Louis Theron once.
Well, and chalk that up to another thing that they've included into the books that they don't explain in the show at all.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys catch that Ishmael forced her to the dark? She
Yes.
didn't want to.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, the woman that caused all this didn't want to be the power hungry woman that drilled into the boar
woman who
and
drilled
released the
into
dark
the
one.
boar. Like, you know
She
what?
didn't want to be a dark
They
one.
take
This is
so much women's agency away in this show.
Yep.
And there's this whole idea, and I really like it in the books because people's actions have repercussions. Like, you know, Lanfear does some dumb shit, and you know, fuck around, find out. Like,
so here brings up another. I'm doing a lot of theoreticals tonight. I'm sorry. So are we going to have a Leandra and Lanfear team up redemption arc because Lanfear never is Rand going to change Lanfear into a good guy?
Yes, absolutely.
yes.
Wow.
I doubt that, but
I think it's
it wouldn't
happening.
surprise me.
Wow.
I think it's happening. Like, why all we're setting up the I don't even want to be a dark person. Ishmael was a bad man. Louis Theron killed everybody. He was an asshole too, but we love them and they hurt us. And all I need is a strong man to be nice to me and take orders from me so I can do what I want. And then I'll be a good person. I swears it.
So Rand will be like, I can feel the good in you.
Yeah, exactly.
I did the other night anyway.
Are
they going to be moaning again?
That
ahead,
was
sorry.
he threw the goo in her. Didn't feel the good. He threw the goo in her.
Mm. You're gonna ask me something, Lady B?
Yeah, I was like saying, you know, like we spent the weekend going Feanor did nothing wrong. I think in this world, like Ishii has done nothing wrong. What has this man done to establish the fact that he's a bad guy?
I don't know if you want these, Alex, but Mule's sending me stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This one was perfect.
About 5 miles.
I love how the planet is a fucking volcano.
I know. I like Stonehenge by Faldara. That's awesome.
There's a Stonehenge by Tarv. Oh my god, Tarvalon looks like a penis.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I think he's got there's
That's
another
so
one in
funny.
here too. Let me get
That's fantastic.
I don't know what the other that was so
That's
freaking good.
actually probably directly from the show.
Oh, so fucking
Yeah.
good.
That is so funny. I know their
Neil says those
geography
are the
is
way
so
gates.
messed up.
Mm.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
I know.
Why is this so freaking
Everyone uses the ways now.
Yeah.
John Thomas? No.
What was that?
That would be Suwon. I'm pretty sure that was Suwon in her
What?
solid gold 1981 headdress.
Dude,
thing.
I thought she was making the feathered cap with the power for some reason. Then this stupid ice, like freaking glass
That
shards. It's like,
scene, she looked
Dude.
terrible. She looked like she had the flu, or she was stoned, or she was hungover, or maybe she just wearing that fucking thing was impossible for her to walk. But it was so terrible to watch that shit. It just
Yeah.
Ugh.
She just was there because she's filming something else. She flew and she... You gotta put land in there too, flying land.
oh my god.
oh, somebody send that to me, and I will.
I'll get them to you after we're done here, buddy. I'll get all these to you.
That that
Um,
was brutal. I love the
Um,
teleporting acid. I never know when anybody's going to be in a scene. Like, for all I know, Egwene is going to be
Seriously.
in the very first scene in Kyrie in next
Yeah.
episode.
If they're
with
gonna
no
break it,
explanation.
just it. You know what?
Explanation.
Yeah,
Don't
it would
even try.
suck. it would suck. But just introduce traveling. Just do it.
It just makes it make
If you're
sense.
gonna have them travel anyways, just have it be a talent that was never lost. Just do it, like, because you're doing it anyways. Like, it's just like I'm not saying it's good, but it's like they're doing it, and we're supposed to believe they're like traveling by horse, like the Amerlin seat is. Like, Alana freaking poured it all over the place. They're at the Forsaken freaking temple thing for some reason to call out Land. Then they corner and go, and Land pusses out and gives up Rand. Then they warp to the Amerlin seat, wherever the fuck she is, because, there's a tracking beacon up her ass. And then they all warp to freaking Carrion, and then they warp and Land can teleport. He teleports in front of Rand again. It's like, you're not going anywhere. It's like,
yeah, I caught that, and I'm like, God.
Oh, they missed the perfect opportunity for him to just look at Rand and go, "Hello."
Right? $2 super from Yanon Clausen. Did y'all catch Remo's wink towards Basan? Was that right? Was that during the fight?
Straight before the fight.
Yes. Yeah.
What did she do?
I'm gonna wink at you before we get our ass kicked, and then you don't kill me.
I know, like they're about to do something cool, and then like literally, it's so boring. Nothing.
Why did she only take one arrow? That's my only question. She should have had like 4 or 5 in her.
I was gonna say, Moraine took a fucking Trolloc knife through the heart that was this fucking long. Like it came out the back.
They should have lit her up with arrow. Wait, okay, hold on, wait. I have to walk this back a little bit. Did the Dame know how to heal? I don't know that they do. They're only used as weapons.
I don't think they do.
I don't think
they don't want to kill her.
They want to capture her. I'm sorry, Nate. What?
No, they might in this show. But the other thing too is after her winking buddy dies because he won't kill her. She absolutely fucks up a Suldam, and then and the entire army that fucking showed up to kill them all. Where the hell are they?
Two of them were just laying on the ground like they got hurt. Did you see that? Like it's like that weird. That's one of the first things I said when we started was like she does her little "I'm gonna break your bones" thing, right? And then okay, the Dame you want to use or Damani, you want to say the Damani goes down because she's fine, whatever. But why are the 2 or 3 soldiers that are with them laying flat on the ground too? She didn't do anything to them. And then on top of that, the whole yard has soldiers everywhere, and there's an archer up there that's already put an arrow in you.
I know. Why
aren't you doing
take
anything?
a few like roof tiles and throw them at people, like what they did in Abu Dar and stuff like that? And like when Matt was
strap the Nynaeve quintillion A battery to her and blast the entire town away. Good grief! This Shan Invasion is barely a problem. Like,
take a page out of Moron's book and just fucking destroy the closest local inn by throwing all of the stones in the inn at all the Shan.
Just knock everything down.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Yes, absolutely, Chris. Oh boy.
Yeah. So no Perrin. Nope. Matt abandoned Rand again. Rand swore loyalty to Lanfear. Moraine was hugged over a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yep.
Which wasn't even grilled. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it was. She didn't even cook it. He just put butter on it and said, "Here's a hammy sandwich with some cheese."
He probably
Which tells you what her low standards are for a sandwich.
Right.
Sounds like a good sandwich now.
Don't forget, Rand's motivation again is none other than
Egwene. Yep. Egwene.
Yep.
Honestly, this guy, he is just a purely reactive character. He has no agency. He doesn't make any decisions on his own. He just reacts to other people around him. Like,
do you guys realize, and I know silly me books, but remember how far not in love Rand and Egwene are at this point?
And remember that
Min is jumping in the sack with him, and Elaine is talking to Egwene about, well, if you're not going after him, I'm going after him. Egwene's like, that's okay.
Yeah.
We're just friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the funniest part of that book was freaking both Rand and Egwene thinking, oh man, this
Yeah.
other person is going to be super disappointed when we break up.
Yeah.
And then both of them going,
Yeah.
wow, they're taking that really well.
Yeah, and she had that little pang of jealousy, and then it passed. She's like, "No, we're okay. We're just friends. And that's cool." And it was fine. And then the girl's like, "All right, sweet, let's go." And Vince just hops in the sack with her, cuddle up to me. I'll keep you alive. It's like, no,
God,
we're still in love.
if they do that in episode 8, I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, what? Have men jump in? No. Well, they're
Yeah.
still in love.
That's
They're
not gonna
still
happen.
they're not gonna break. They're not gonna break up Egwene and Rand. They're gonna be together. They're gonna be two heads of the dragon. Nynaeve's gonna be the body because, of course,
Why would they
she
do
blows up
anything
stuff.
with Rand?
They're
He's
gonna do the
useless.
5-headed dragon thing. All the Tavir
Oh,
are
that
gonna be
was my
dragons.
dumb idea from last season.
Give me a sec to knock these out, guys.
Yeah.
Again, John and Clausen, appreciate it, man. Power creep from season 1 has screwed over season 2.
True.
Oh.
True. I mean, they've
Among other
decided
things.
to
Among other
completely
things.
ignore the
Right,
last
something-
2
among
episodes.
other things.
Yeah, among other things. Yeah.
So no, you're
You're not
100% right about that. And then
Dan,
from
I'll
El Dan,
dance, the man.
$20 upside down dollars. They can burn in the eternal fires of hell for what they did to us, Steve. I am with you. The fact they set up a Matt moment again and then subverted it is reprehensible, and anyone who defends it is a disgrace.
It's deliberate.
Crushed it. Way
Deliberate.
to
It was
way to
deliberate.
perfectly summarize how that went.
It's the single worst thing I've seen from this show, personally. No, you agree to disagree.
Yeah, why do they hate
But-
the Cawthon family so much?
Well, it's not. They gave me a scene, a 5-second thing that said, "This sort of feels like Wheel of Time right here, or what I wanted from Wheel of Time." And then they hit it with a dump truck, and they smash it with a bus, and then it explodes and nukes everything, and just like that. It's like, oh, holy shit, you got it! It's right there.
That was almost I feel the theme of the episode was to sit there and give all these short little nuggets followed by complete and utter destruction of everything that we wanted. It's we'll give you this from the books
it's
and
algorithmic.
bam.
It's algorithmic. That's what was so disorienting about this episode, is it's starting to feel algorithmic. Like, we're going to give you this, then we're going to do something completely different. We're going to give you this, then we're going to do something completely different.
It's an abusive
And-
relationship.
It is. And again, in almost all the episodes on the screen, Lady B, are codependent relationships
Yeah, it's
with a
like,
malignant
here we go.
narcissist who's
Here's
abusive.
here's a little bit of the story that you like in some totally, utterly meaningless way, and then here's a bunch of crap that we're throwing in there.
Can you believe the moment that's going to make Nynaeve stop being a complete bitch to Elaine for no reason?
Good night, Pips.
She's like,
Good night.
good night, Pips, for reals.
Night, Pips.
Go to bed, dumb horse.
Seriously, dude.
Nynaeve is being a complete bitch to Elaine just for no reason. Elaine's been nothing but nice to her and tried, I guess Nynaeve's jealous that Egwene spends time with her. But the moment that brings the two of them together is watching out a window as they let an Aes Sedai die. Let a warrior die and let an Aes Sedai get captured. Sorry,
It's like what the fuck are you doing? Like, if you were any other show, any other good show, they would have tried to help her.
done something. They just watch her die.
They just
Or
stand there
not die,
because
they watch
that's what they're told by this.
But this is what I said
writers to
about
do.
what have they done to heroes? What have they done to archetypes? Follow orders. Don't think. Don't have critical thinking. Don't think for yourself. Don't
ask
be
any
heroic.
questions.
Don't
Just consume
stand up
product.
and protect anyone. Imagine if we would have got this. God, I don't know who's old like I am, but like in the 70s and in the 80s, every fucking cartoon and TV show and movie was about the little person, the little guy, the little woman standing up and beating a corrupt system that told him things that don't make sense, and saying that even one of you, and you can see it in Tolkien obviously too, just one small person resisting and thinking on their own and doing the right thing can change the course of the world. Well, look at all this entertainment. Look at what they've done to Wheel of Time. There is no one who can tell me that all of the messaging in this isn't absolutely intentional. Just Just sit there and let bad things happen to people. Don't rock the boat. Don't do anything. Just get your boosters. Eat the GMO. Don't question anything.
Sounds like living in a city. Sounds like what they expect when you're living in a city.
But I mean, all of this entertainment, I think, is programming, because it's not entertainment.
Yeah,
there's nothing entertaining about this
too, because like all of these people, they don't understand how to have character development, and they just understand
or friends.
Like, yeah, or it's like okay, your sum total of your personality is whatever your immutable physical characteristics and whatever kind of sex you like to have, plus like whatever trauma you've experienced. And it's like
that's intersectionalism.
Yeah, and it's so gross too, because I've seen people like comment about, like, I saw this one and I keep repeating it, but this guy was like, I like what they did to Matt because it gives him some much needed trauma. It's like, that's not how you build a character. It's just by putting
we
them
all have fucking trauma. We don't wear
not your personality. Like,
no.
Stop.
And when you make it your personality, you keep giving power to the person who victimized you or the fucking event that victimized you. When you have power is when you've overcome whatever the fuck that is.
Yep.
And some of us have had to overcome some really fucking horrifying shit that is a lot worse than these writers could ever possibly comprehend. And now they're like, oh, and it's like, and I hear these fucking words like PTSD bandied around like it's fucking chiclets.
I know, like they don't even understand what it is.
These pieces of shit have no idea what that means. Okay, like, and if they just start, I'm gonna stop.
But you're absolutely right. It's one of those. Look, it's a fantasy. I don't need it. I go to Fantasyland to get away from the shit. Fantasyland, everything is cool. It's my story. It's not. I don't have to worry about trauma. At least not that's part of the story. So leave it the fuck out.
Here's like another consideration to think about when you're doing that. It's like, and I brought this up on my first rewatch, and because I watched the whole series because they asked me what my opinion was as a writer, and I gave it to them, and I'm like, if you start everyone off where they're all really bad people, they're all really dark, everything is really depressing, where do you go from there? If Matt's already a thief and like a freaking drunk and a drug addict looking dude, like, why should we care to give him a redemption arc? If everyone has experienced all of this trauma, what good memories are they going to have to grab onto at the end of the world?
That's it. You have to have that one light, no matter how bad it is, because foundationally, from a psychotherapeutic standpoint, you have to have a model to show you what good is. Now, none of these characters have a model that sets them up for redemption later because they have nowhere to grow to because no one has taught them how to do that.
Yeah, because, there's nowhere to grow, and plus they're already awful people at the start. So it's like, why should I care about a redemption arc from a guy that steals shit from people? He has like, he gambles away his money. He drinks. He leaves his friends. Like, I don't care about this guy. Didn't even have a save the cat moment.
But here's the thing too, is they sit there and they love to use this word trauma. Mm-hmm. Fuck that word, honestly, because I have not experienced trauma. I've experienced some tough things in my life, but you go to somebody who went over into the fucking Europe in the 40s, or what those guys went over there into the Afghanistan, or the Pacific in World War II. These people experience some fucking trauma.
Yes.
You want to sit there and say, well, I've had all these traumas because I've had all these different small little things that all of us who in our lives dealt with as well, and we just got up and got the fuck over it and dealt with it.
Because everyone else went through those same things, and they didn't wear them as little buttons like you got over them, and you had to be resilient.
So they're going to sit there in this show, they're going to sit there and like, oh, Egwene breaking up with Rand was traumatic. No, that's fucking life. Get over it. And guess what? The guys who in World War II, the men and women who go to war and they come back, what do? They they get over it. I mean, they get
They
on
tried,
with their
yeah.
lives. They
That's what-
tried.
They got
Sometimes
married.
they failed.
They had
but
kids.
That's
They
what
went
Absolutely.
bowling. They built communities. They became volunteer firefighters. They joined the Elks
Yeah.
Club. They took what happened to them and they said every day, thank God I'm alive. I just want to do right.
That was
Yeah,
I mean, that's what
exactly.
Robert Jordan had to deal with. I mean, like I
Yeah.
listened to the White Cloaks video.
Yeah,
And
Lady
he had to-
Balkins. No,
he
no,
had-
no.
he-
Lady
that
the Balkins says
he
it right.
took a
She-
picture. He took a picture of himself in front of bodies, and he had to say, "I have to kill that aspect of myself. I have to drive a dagger into it." I mean, that was. I mean, that's he just. I thought
Yeah.
that said
Lady
something.
the Balkans.
That said something. That
Yes.
said something to me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Lady
Well,
the Balkans. This is true. And I was in college when that stuff started, and yeah, we'll have to talk about who was funding some of that. Unfortunately, it was good old Billy.
that's a
but,
different stream.
Yeah,
but
there's
remember
so
that
much
was
fun
in grade
conversation. It's
That
not
was-
safe for
that
you
was-
too.
that was horrifying. And we in the United States were told lies, and you guys had to live through it. I have family over in Eastern Europe, okay, and so I got to hear a lot of these stories of what really went going on.
Yeah.
There is no way people can understand what your country went through and what it was like, in the brutality and the savagery that occurred there. And we've got people who, oh my God, they misgendered me because I made up some trauma because my psychotherapist told me that I'm a boy when really I'm not, and this is the end of the world. And it's like, you're fucking doomed. You and your whole fucking crew of people like that are fucking
Yeah.
doomed.
And
You're
it
an
gets
evolutionary dead end.
it gets encapsulated into that scene with Nynaeve and Elaine when they're sitting there having their first the tiff earlier in the episode, and she's like, well, why do you care about Egwene? And she says, because I've never had a friend. It's like, oh God, it's like, get over yourself. I mean, sure, maybe we can believe that, but good grief, stop trying to get this emotional pull out of me in every single scene because you want to sit there and think that cheap pulls like that are good enough to sit there and make this a quality show. Fuck that.
I gotta bounce, guys. I got an early day tomorrow. Thank you for having me on, Alex. Lady
Take care,
B.
brother.
Thank you to
Absolutely.
Pips. It was great to see
Take
everybody
care.
chat.
Take care, Salty. Have
Thanks
a
for
great
your
night.
generosity.
I'll
everybody.
send those memes to you, man. Isabel,
Salty.
Twitter.
Yeah,
or...
we'll text tomorrow. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody.
Okay.
Yep. Thanks.
Bye.
Take care. Have a good night.
So I think it was what is it? Terrible.
Woo, woo.
Terrible.
Oh my goodness.
Terrible.
Hey,
Fine,
I'm
I'm
the
back to
wait.
this
Make me the titty again.
The titty?
The
Yeah,
what?
that's what it was. Well, no, that. Well, I'm the middle titty.
El Tito?
Yeah, there you go.
No,
What is
we're not
happening?
doing that. We're not doing that.
What is
Why
happening?
not? I want to be the
What is happening?
That was worse than the
That
show
one
we just
day when
watched.
Alex made me like this.
Did we just do a flicker? Holy shit.
I wish.
I may or may not be doing a
I know,
flicker
like you
in
want
a
to
video.
talk about like an author taking their traumatic experiences. Alex here did a great video about Parent and what that meant to Robert Jordan, and that is a great video. Like, dude, I think we all know, and I've said this a million times about, it's really like reading Lord of the Rings as an adult and having done some research about World War I and seen some of the videos and stuff like that, knowing that that was the kind of stuff that like Tolkien was drawing from to write this story. It's like, you don't literally write your freaking trauma like this weird, like whatever these complexes people have, which are a lot of them are just totally fake because it's sort of like social contagion that goes on in these like spheres. But like, yeah, this is real trauma. You transmute it into something different. You write a story, and a lot of these like fantasy stories are full of like themes of hope and themes of overcoming like evil. Like they're stories of good and evil. You don't have characters that are just sort of wishy-washy. You don't have like, sympathetic backstories. Like we're trying to humanize this person. It's like, no, people are evil and they do bad things. Evil is real and it exists in the world. deal with it.
Evil is fun. I want to see some bad guys. Like Rena was sadistic.
Yeah,
in the
where's
book.
the bad guy
I
in
was
this
like,
show?
when Egwene
Had
eventually
Thane walking
beats the
around in
crap out
circles.
of Rena in the book.
Yes, I
was
have
like,
seen that,
beat
John
the shit out
Thomas.
of her.
Thank you very much. I saw it in the theater and it was amazing.
Like here, for instance, like I'm on Team Rena. Like I want
everyone should see
Rena
that.
to keep torturing Egwene because I can't stand Egwene. I know.
Oh man, it was a
bad.
great part of the show. Great part of the
Yeah.
show.
Can we-
So I guess let's. Sorry, go ahead, Steve.
No, I just want to ask a quick question because I'm trying to think about the episode, and I'm thinking about Rand wakes up, says, Moraine, fuck you, I'm leaving because it's good for you. And Moraine just hangs out in her house and writes a letter.
Yeah. Right.
Correct.
But he's the most important person. But what he does, though, is he does something that she never has yet, and that's explained himself.
Yes.
Did you catch that? I mean, he actually said, no, I got to do this, and this is why. And then, and then she gets all teary-eyed and yada bullshit. Other thing bothers me. What the fuck is a Forsaken Temple?
Yes,
Yeah,
that
why
was
is there-
bizarre.
It's like the temple in Legend
What
of
was
Zelda,
that
except
clip?
for
What was
I
that
don't know.
clip, babe? Like, that's weird if it happens once. That's strange
Well,
that it happened
I
twice
think-
because they had the altar in like Steppen's room, right? And then they
Yeah, the
have
chess
this
set.
temple.
Well, if there were, why haven't the Aes Sedai eradicated all of them?
Yes, what is the modern day equivalent of this? Like, having a
Leaving the Nazi
memorial-
flags up in Germany. Like,
Yeah,
it's like, oh,
they denazified. Yeah, they
He's
denazified
dead,
that
just-
shit.
we're
Everything
just gonna leave it
that was
up.
Nazi related, they destroyed right after the war.
Yeah.
So
So
they
it's-
would have destroyed all the
Yeah.
Forsaken temples
Yeah.
or whatever.
So yeah, that was bizarre from a world building choice. What are our predictions for next week?
Oh God! So
More
Egwene's gonna
dies
Egwene's gonna get out, right?
No, I think Egwene's gonna still be tortured. It's gonna be like Walking Dead. She's gonna be tortured the entire episode.
So you think eight's gonna be the? There's
Yeah.
no way
She'll
that
get
Rand
out
is
the
gonna
end
free
of
her,
7.
is there? It's or he's gonna show up and she's gonna be like, "I didn't need you, punk."
Yeah,
Well, no,
Nynaeve
Nynaeve and Elaine are gonna rescue her because that's why they didn't do anything and they didn't help that.
How are
woman.
they gonna rescue her?
They'll rescue her. They'll just do
They'll-
it.
they'll-
Egwene's gonna just use her. Sorry, not Egwene. Nynaeve is gonna use her Goku Super Saiyan. She's gonna scream, and then a ball of energy is gonna just kill everybody.
I still can't get over how she just
One of them is going to put on the
right, of
collar.
course. Right.
It's a book nod. It's a book nod.
But it drives me banana sandwich that she would not tell them how. She never said how she got it. She didn't like. We're left to go. Well, did she kill the Aes Sedai that was collared and take them off of her? Because that would be breaking the 3 O's. But who cares? Did they just drop it? Because it's like where you started to try. You told a weird ass story, and then you never said how you got it. So it's like, if you're not going to have the character answer the question, don't ask the question.
Yeah, but it was even more than that, Steve. She pulls out those 3 rings and doesn't even tell them how the fuck she got those either. It's like
maybe Rena was
two-
a
two are-
murderer.
2 are dead and one is in the cell next to Eggy.
Yeah, so how'd you get the one that's alive? They just let you take the ring off her before they took her away? Or she took it
Maybe
off? and
Rena's
like,
a
"Ah!"
trafficker. Maybe she's like Ghislaine Maxwell, said I.
Yeah. I don't even know where to begin with that bullshit. The fight was terrible. The setup was terrible. The after was terrible. That entire sequence was awful. Basically, everything in Falmo, with the exception of Egwene getting tortured, was completely horrible.
I mean, the fight was just a joke because every time you turn around, it's like there's people around them. They just showed there was an archer out there on a rooftop in perfect position to shoot you, and we're taking time to have conversations with my back to everybody. It's
Yeah,
like
it's a 5-second fight at most.
you hit pause so you can have. It's like stop putting your characters in those situations where
Yeah.
you're just totally like, is everybody just watching them have a conversation?
They
It's bad writing. It's terrible. Stop. Like, have them go into the house. Like, close the door, slam the door. What are we gonna do? Like, get them out of harm's way for at least a little bit so they can have the talk, and then
No.
back into action.
But what they did was they turned the fight scene into a 90s dance video from MTV.
Oh my god.
The spin move was wild.
Did anybody did anybody like the tree singing?
No.
That was weird. Like
How does that
not
here. I you know what I was thinking when I saw that? I was thinking, you ever see Curb Your Enthusiasm? You know how when Larry David hears someone singing, he hates it, he starts clapping to get them to stop. Well, that's exactly what happened here. They were clapping because they were getting annoyed by Royale.
Yeah.
Well, so Steve,
you're awesome. We love you. Much love from the U.S. Stay free.
Thanks, Eldan, for $5 from Upside Down Dollars. He says, I got to go pick up a PlayStation. Walk in the light, people. Never forget Lady B is the best. Check out the rest. You made a fine choice, Alex, mate.
nice.
I don't know how the accent played there, but
you gotta tell us what game you're getting.
So here's
PS5. Hell yeah, now Dan.
Yeah.
Hook up.
It's Cat. It's so cute. Oh my god.
So Steve, the tree singing scene. Yet again, it's another. Which was did he change his note at all?
He was belching.
That was hilarious.
I couldn't even hear it when it started.
Yeah.
A tree grew in my room, guys. That was fucking amazing.
But here's the thing: is like she says, "Sing for us, Gardner," or whatever she had said, and he's like, "We don't sing for you. Sing for us." Okay, it's like, okay, is she talking to men? You'll do this for me? No, I won't. Yes, you will. Okay, but don't do anything to Matt. Yes, you will. Okay, it's like everybody's just like, what the.
No, you
won't.
Yes, I will. No, you won't.
I have a question. Would he even respond to Gardner? Or would he be confused, like, what do you mean, Gardner? Like,
yes.
I'm an Ogier. What do you mean, Gardner?
Another explanation, right?
Right? Because he says in episode 3 that he's never heard anything about the Shan Chen. So how would
because Gardner's a Shan Chen term for Ogier, right? They don't know that they're called Gardners. Right? I mean, I don't. I'm not sure. I'm just like, that's what I feel like in my head. He'd be like, "What the fuck are you calling me a gardener for? What are you talking about?"
Yep.
What is the remake called?
Another super chat from Yanin. He says for $5, I didn't mind the singing other than that Loyal can't sing. I hate how a downcast member of the blood treated an honored member of the Ogier. Yeah, that was a choice. I don't know really what to make of that.
I don't like it because it's a pointless scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a post-it note. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, Alex. I'm sorry. Apologize.
If we had seen Loyal like in a steading or seen other Ogier who like valued trees,
or even got an explanation of what Ogier are, because we never did. We just met this dude in a bookshop and like, who is he? Oh, he opens a book, says Rand is the Dragon Reborn, like, and
I mean,
explanation
for all the best thing anybody who's hasn't read the books would think is Loyal is just a friendly Trolloc. Like that's the best thing they have.
Yep.
I wanted to like answer a question that Trip had raised up about like channeling and stuff, and Chris was also asking about. So Chris, with the female channeling, they have been really inconsistent. It doesn't work like the books where women can tell other women's power levels, and like it seems to be really inconsistent. Like I was doing this review for episode 3 and I was just working on it, and I noticed, yes, the Domine can pick out the women who can channel. Now, they have not been able to do that. Aes Sedai have not been able to do that, and we were talking about that, and I think that's just so inconsistent. They have such like continuity problems in this story. And the same thing with Logain and Rand. Like, Logain has the ability, he can see Ta'Veren, and that's why he starts laughing when he sees Rand like on the fence in Camelin in the book. Is because he's like, oh my god, I know what this guy's gonna do, and they think I'm the dragon, haha. Like, that's hilarious. But it turns out no, they retroactively change it. I can't see Ta'Veren, I can just see other men who can channel, and this guy is glowing like he's an FBI member at the Capitol. Anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, he is. Yeah, it's really inconsistent, and I do not know why a man who has been gentled would be able to see somebody's weaves. And it's also really weird. Like, Lanfear can see Rand's when he channels, and like Rand can see her when she channels. It's so inconsistent. Like, they just don't know what they're doing, and it all comes down to there's no gendered magic system, and they just decided to throw out everything from the books.
Well, that's it, because you can't teach them. You can't go, you need to see Sidene. You need to. It's not like Sidar. It's angry.
You have to surrender to it. Like, shut the fuck up, Logain. That's not how the male half of the power works. You have to grab it by the balls like you're a freaking man, not some low-T, whiny beta male.
Well, I mean, he does say grab it, but it's like, he's like, that's the problem, is they haven't gendered it. There is no Sidene, so he can't actually do a proper fucking lesson. Even if he was going to try and guide him while he was stilled, right? I mean, it's all the one power. So it's like, okay, so why? I should just be able to embrace it, because it just like it's the same thing. So different rules shouldn't apply because it's the same thing.
Okay, I was remembering what he said. You can't surrender; you have to grab it.
Yeah,
and
that's
then all of a sudden he grabs it and he gets all the power. But
yeah, so he just grabs it. It's like.
But that's and that's where they're going to say we got book 3, because that's Rand describing it to Eggy and Elaine.
Right, and now he so sports fans, if you're keeping track, so now Rand can channel, because that's all he needed. That's his lesson. So now he's learned the lesson. So now he's going to be able to channel whatever he wants. He's still gonna fuck it up a little bit, but he's now graduated because he's grabbed it. So now he can channel on his own.
Well, you know what? Errol taught him how to use a sword, like a cane as a sword, and he still can't get it out of the scabbard. So
that's what. So next episode, prediction for next episode, Alex. We're going to have a sword montage with him and Lan for about a minute, and then he's going to be a blade master. And then episode 8, he's going to go to Falme and be able to be a full power channeler, full power blade master, because he had 2 5-minute lessons with 2 guys that could do it before.
Yeah, I mean, what else? What else can you do from here on out at this point? I mean, how long can he train with Lan if Egwene's gonna make it? Like, there's no.
Well, that's what they're setting up. That's why he pulled him aside. He's like, we need to get you ready, and he's gonna be like, oh shit, you've been practicing, sheep herder. But I need to teach you sheathe the sword, bend over.
They're totally gonna do that, aren't they?
Yeah. That's what it was. Did you watch the preview for episode 7?
Yeah.
They're literally squared off, getting ready to train.
I didn't see that.
That's going to be depressing as shit.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe
you're right.
Is that what? Because I don't. Yep. Like I was on while I was getting logged in, but I looked up and I saw Rand and Lan like that, and I'm like, oh, so that's why it popped up. They're gonna have a quick lesson. He's gonna go, oh, I have nothing more to teach you except for this one sword form that you only use in desperation.
Whoa! You're assuming Lan would even teach Rand anything.
He's going
Lan
to.
is firmly on Team Moraine. What is Rand doing right now? He is trying to get himself away from Moraine.
For her own good. For her own good. Like, he's still supposed to be Team Moraine. So if Lan goes to Moraine and says, "What's up?" He goes, "Lan, you need to help."
He could probably fight Rain.
No.
Rand will try to fight him.
I'm telling you, Lan's gonna go to Moraine. Moraine's gonna go. Rand made a deal with Lanfear. I can't go anywhere near him. I need you to go protect him and train him because I can't, because if I get near him, Lanfear will kill me. So I need you to help him get stronger so that I can come and help you because he's strong enough to take on Lanfear.
Yeah, who knows?
Did I get it?
I don't know. Whatever they're going to do is
about
dumber
right.
than we'd imagine.
I mean, at this point, he can't fight Turok. There's no
he's not going
way
to.
it can't happen.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
unless
that's why Lan's going to validate all his training with Errol and then teach him sheathing the sword.
that's.
No, I
Yep,
think what'll
that's gonna
happen
happen.
is going to be like Avienda and Perrin will come and will rescue them, and the White Cloaks will come, and it'll just be all hell will break loose, and then they'll just end up escaping, and the guys won't do anything.
Yeah. Chris Saunders brings up an excellent point here. Rand is doing what he and Moraine planned, and Moraine got upset about it. So this is a staple of this show. But so if you turned off, the last episode, and then you come back on and you get told Rand negotiated such an excellent deal that he and Moraine both live with no repercussions, and the only demand that Lanfear has is that they have to break up. Where is Randall Thor's The Art of the Deal book? Because that was a way better deal than he had any hope of getting. Moraine should have been on bended knee praising this guy for pulling off that deal.
And isn't it funny? It's like we're gonna get Rand going to talk to the Amerlin in the next episode, and it's like, what is this? Like the 4th chapter of the Great Hunt? It's taken us 7 episodes almost to get to this point.
Yeah, I mean, to Max brought up earlier, so we're going to get the Great Hunt and 5% of the Dragon Reborn. To which when did we get the Great Hunt?
Why does anyone even want the horn? I mean, they kind of explained, Lanfear explains it, but nobody's like, okay, this is going to do.
Why did
anything.
Issue give it to Turok? That's what I don't get.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, do you want to is he fight? You know what?
That's not them training.
No, they're not training.
Oh, yeah, it
it's
is.
him getting the sword to go talk to it. Here, play it then. Play a bit of it.
Yeah, watch him. Yep, he's taking off the sword off his back like he's rehearsing about training.
Or is he is he training him, or is he getting up in his face about taking it off to go speak to the Amerlin? Because they're in the hall. Why would they train there?
Oh, well, I mean, he was getting trained by Errol in the
fucking
insane
nuthouse.
asylum.
Yeah, that's
Steve, you're
probably
muted.
right.
So hear me out here. Sorry. Even if this isn't him training him, this will be Lan validating him. He will go, looks like you've learned a lot just from that little spin move. This is where the line's going to be. It looks like you may have earned, you may be worthy of that sword. It's going to be some sort of one-note line that Lan validates his sword skill at this point. It sounds like from the preview, Lan has now allied himself with Suwan, not Moraine. And he is bringing Rand to Suwan here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think he assumes that Moraine and Sawan are still on the same team. So if he can't find Moraine, he should find Sawan. I don't think this is Lan training him. I think this is Lan telling Rand that he can't wear his sword in front of the Amerlin's seat, and Rand telling him to blow him.
You're probably right. But I think there's also going to be I think he's going to validate him in some fashion and say something about his sword technique or something. But I think you're right.
You're so good at sheathing the sword. Yeah, I don't think we saw the preview of this, did we?
We did.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So I knew I saw something. You're probably right that it's him trying to disarm him and Rand. But I truly think there's going to be the validation in there somewhere of him been like, wow, you've improved greatly, Sheepherder, or something like that.
Wow, you can take your sword off your back.
Well, yeah, it's stupid, right? It's absolutely stupid. But how else are you going to validate? There's no time to train him. There's no time to do anything, and he needs to be a Blade Master by episode 8, or at least on his way. right? To fight
Threw
Turok.
it off the roof.
Somebody told me, was it you guys that told me that Rand cheats and uses the power against Turok?
Indiana Jones style.
I
I
can
think,
see
I
that
think,
happening.
Yeah, someone mentioned that last week.
Yeah.
I think that was
I
Who
think
said
somebody
that?
said Indiana
That-
Jones in the chat tonight just
Yeah.
now. I thought.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
No, Thumb Maryland has it. Yeah, this is gonna be angry Rand throwing a tantrum.
Mm-hmm. Who's not what she wants? Level. Yeah. That'll be the big battle.
There's a lot of people in the chat claiming this idea. I now see 3 people having claimed it, none of whom is who I thought came up with the idea. So
Oh, the Indiana Jones thing. Yeah.
We'll just say like it's our wonderful audience who are like really smart and infinitely more funny than we are at times. Because I don't know about you, I am kind of tired. But
Did you see Gadfly's question real quick about Moraine? Will Moraine be healed by the end of season 3?
I did.
what?
I think she will. I think she gets healed by the end of this season.
Oh,
What
yeah.
was he with this
It's killing them, keeping her
Yeah.
from doing everything herself.
She's gonna have
Yeah,
her girl
she'll
power
get
over it.
healed or something.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean, Nynaeve can raise people from the dead, and she doesn't even realize that in her acceptance test. Like I've just been like going through episode 3 because I'm working on my review of that now, and it's just like, yeah,
I
she
thought it was
doesn't think
Egwene
she
that
can
raises
raise
people from the dead.
They both can, man. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
When did Nynaeve do that?
So
Remember when Logain got stilled? She healer bubbled everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
She saved everyone.
Oh yeah,
'cause,
that's
like,
right. Oh yeah, dumb,
Get stabbed. And...
dumb.
So the question is who and when will Moiraine get healed by? Because I think Maureen gets her magic powers back at the end of the next episode by the power of love with Swan.
Something like that.
I could see that, or like Nynaeve, like that's how she breaks her block, is she heals brain. I don't know.
Don't ask. Loyal is perfectly fine. He was never stabbed.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't ask. When's the dagger coming back? Where's the dagger at?
Where's the dagger?
Next episode.
No Pad and Fane again. No Pad and Fane.
Just
Well, he's not
remember,
gonna- we're not
Mid's
gonna
a
see him till
dark friend and
episode 8, I
Mad's
believe,
evil.
right? We're not going to see him till episode 8.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, not going to see him for a
Now
while.
the question is, will he say
Well,
something in episode 8?
He's got to get. I think he's getting the dagger back next episode because he's got to stab Lanfear with it, so that Rand can make his way to Falme by the end of the episode, or start to make his way.
I hope the dagger sucks the evil out of Lanfear.
That would be absolutely brilliant. Except the dagger isn't evil. Mad is evil.
Retcon. That's easily retcon, guys. Okay, come on.
We can
I still
retcon it
like
with
the
the rest
people,
of
whoever
episode 8.
came up with it last week, and they're like, "Oh, what if like Ishii is really Matt's father?"
Did Masema just fuck off? By the way,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
Like,
He ran away. He's smart.
He's not free. He's not trying to free Iktar and Loyal. He just fucking left.
Do you
Yeah,
think? Do you
he
think
put in
there'll
his
be-
2
do you-
weeks.
Do you think there'll be a Deus Ex Massima?
Yeah, he'll show up with the white cloaks or something. He'll show up with the white cloaks and be like, "Oh, hey, I thought you guys were dead.
So I
Sorry."
joined the White Cloaks. Yay!
Yeah, or something like some bullshit. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be funny.
Yeah,
Where'd he
Trip is adding evidence to our theory
Indiana
that
Jones theory.
Indiana
you know,
Jones
you
is
can
going to
just
happen.
open this up and share your window on there. There you go. Oh boy, now you're just I don't know where to look. I don't
Too
know what
much
to
work.
do with my hands.
Too much work. It's going over to Steve. Steve knows how to do this. Steve's a professional YouTuber.
What did I do? I
You
am
just
what?
need to do share, and then you pick the tab of that. Oh my
It's
goodness,
complicated for some
What are you
people.
doing? What is happening?
Alex.
What
There's
is
an
happening?
image headed your way that I'm hoping
Fill
you can
the
share.
cup, Alex.
I think she sent it to me. I
Fill
got
the
you.
cup.
Perfect.
Oh wait, you sent it to me. Wait, what is happening?
It's easy. I'm like, gosh, you just need to
Yelling.
share.
Where
do
did
the
she get
share.
this? I love this image. This is not rule breaking. Are you okay, Lady B? Don't die.
Okay.
Don't die.
Well, he didn't fill it. He emptied it. And I'm like trying to slip water. And
There you go. I shared it.
All
Why?
right, here we
Oh,
go. Thank you, Trip.
Cheater, 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 cheater.
Totally
cheater,
gonna
cheater.
truck Turok.
It's like, I can't beat you with a fair
Yeah,
fight.
Lord knows he can't use his sword, so I guess that's a good thing. He'll go
Rand's-
to rescue Egwene and find
Dude,
out
why
she
is he
doesn't
the
rescue
Avatar?
herself.
He's doing the Avatar thing with all the elements around him.
He's doing evil Avatar.
Yeah.
How is he weaving that without moving his hands? That's amazing.
What is he weaving?
Where's he pulling
shield?
it from?
Yeah, where's the fire he's getting? The hot sand.
Oh, that's probably it. You're right.
His loins.
Toxic masculinity.
Oh, he must be thinking about Lanfear again.
Powers. Oh my
Dude,
god,
do you
yeah, he's
realize
like,
that- hold on, wait a second, that's a good
Lanfear,
point.
I'm
Wait,
gonna burn down this
Chris-
palace.
Chris F brings up a good point. There is a truck ton of Aes Sedai in fucking Carhian right now.
Uh-huh.
Rand
Yep.
should be getting the fuck out of there.
Mhm.
Yep.
There is a truck. He might as well be in the White
Oh
Tower.
no, Chris! You know what the fire explosion was? It was Egwene burning the tree.
It was
That
was all
tree
it
did
was.
nothing
I know.
wrong.
That was so
That
awesome.
tree did not a damn thing wrong. It wasn't even a hostile.
Can you believe
Ugh.
all of that? It was literally her just setting a tree on fire because she got mad.
I like that we've now done that a couple times. We looked at the confrontation between the warders and went, "Oh, it's going to be a sword fight because it was dark." Like, no,
No, he just threatened them and then caved. It's like
we
should
have
so-
such high
why-
hopes for this show, and
why
it's
is Lan
completely
so-
unearned.
Why is Lan so stupid that he knows she can't do what she just threatened him? She can't do it. Unless she's a dark friend, and then she could do it. But she swore the oath not to. She can't do it.
I don't think the oath made much in this
Hell,
show.
I don't like. Didn't she have to be threatened to have to bind him? How did she feel threatened? Go attacking him from the back?
Nope.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is so Alana dark friend confirmed? Is that what we're doing?
Well, maybe it's
I'm still
maybe
trying
there's
to
a
figure
fourth
out.
part to the oath that allows her to bind somebody if they refuse an advance from her.
I'm still trying to figure out like how
Why not?
Moraine and Alana like plan to do this like thing with Lan, because it's like they don't communicate at all. So how did they coordinate? How did Alana know where Moraine was? How did she know what she was doing? How did Moraine tell Alana to go pick up Lan? No explanations for anything. No causality for anything. Just here's a scene with some characters I like, and it gives me the feels that I want to experience. So don't ask questions.
Man,
Not the feels I want.
Not the feels I want either.
that
Well,
feels
we've
like
been on for like 2 hours, guys. Do you have any final thoughts on this episode?
worst one yet for me.
Really?
100%. One 5
think
second
so,
scene
too.
makes it the worst episode.
Even worse than episode 4?
It's the worst one. It's
Yeah,
the worst one because they showed 5 seconds of competency and then threw it down the toilet. That shows it gave us. The reason it's the worst for me is they gave us something that looked like Wheel of Time for 5 seconds, and then they ripped it away, and purposely flushed it down the toilet, and then ruined the character again.
What do you guys think of that fake out? Because they in the trailer for the
With the punching thing.
the punching
Yeah.
thing.
I hated
how's-
it. It was stupid.
Every other fake out. It's terrible. and it
Everything
just
in that
detracts
preview
from
was a
it.
fake out. Everything in that preview
I'm
was
so
a fake out.
sick of everything being faked out.
But the sitter that we saw once that we're supposed to care about is sitting in the cell next to her, not talking to her because she didn't talk. Why did she all of a sudden talk to her when she was broken? Why didn't she talk to her
Yeah,
when she tried to talk to her? Like, don't think about it. It's like, well, that's supposed to be
Okay.
a big reveal. Who gives
Okay.
a fuck?
Oh, you lasted longer than I did.
I was like,
Oh,
I was like,
no,
was
not
was
that
there any
one.
dialogue? 'Cause I didn't hear anything, but I saw the subtitles come on. So I'm
She
just like,
said it very lightly. She's like, you in her accent. You lasted longer than me, lass.
is that supposed to be what's her name, Pura or
Yeah.
whatever her name is?
No.
It's not her.
It's just some blue sitter from the tower that we saw
Yeah.
last season.
It was
get naked.
Maureen.
in the
hot tub buddy.
bathhouse.
Yeah.
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 I
It was
thought it
some-
was really bad because it's like it was one of those episodes where it's like you have the consequences of all the poor decisions that they've been made playing out. It's like we see the full ramifications of Min being a dark friend. We see like the ramifications of like Rand just doing whatever Lanfear wants. We see the ramifications of like Moraine going around moping, being bitch to everyone and not telling anyone she's stilled. And it's like, and then on top of that, they try to actually do book scenes because they're cool scenes for the characters they like.
Yeah.
Except that it's like at this point, it's kind of a skin suit because it's like, and nothing makes sense because they've changed so much, and then all of the bad choices they make it mean even less, and nothing makes sense because of the lore they've desecrated. So the things that happen in the book, like it's just there's no causality.
Another thing, one thing I noticed, especially taking notes, is that they don't even know how to write scenes properly. Like instead of having characters actually talk to each other, they're just spouting exposition.
Yeah,
like,
they talk
like
at
in
each other.
like scene like the scene 9, Temple of the Forsaken. They're just talking about like stuff that readers know about the Forsaken having powers that have been lost or that haven't been used again. I'm just like, shut up. I'm just like, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
That's part of why this is the worst episode of the season, is that you get all these little things that are a whole bunch of member-berry book nods that culminate into absolutely nothing substantial whatsoever, that don't even actually do a member-berry's job to build the world, right?
Sorry.
But it's a complete deconstruction of everything that should be. So they'll put a little bit of a cracked foundation here and here and here, and then tell you like, okay, build a house on stilts, in loose sand, and see how that goes for you. And it just absolutely crumbled really quickly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think this is, I'm gonna basically go 180 degrees from Steve here. I think this was my favorite. In the basically for the same reasons that Steve hated it, that I feel like this was the most book accurate. And, there was a 5-second scene where I just wasn't filled with loathing, which I don't think I can say that about really any other episode that this show has offered. So, if we're, what are we now? 14 episodes in, and I've now had 5 seconds of not being pissed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I get that. It's funny. We're saying the same thing, but we just have a different. We feel the same way. It makes me more angry that there's not more of it, whereas you're just happy to have it, which I totally get. And I may change my mind just because of exactly what you said. But right now, I'm so pissed that they showed that they could actually fucking do it, and they're choosing not to. It just takes it to another level for me.
Yeah, it's like giving your wife a 2-carat engagement ring, and then years later she finds out that it's like one of those little plastic ring pops.
Chris, we're talking about the interaction between Matt and Rand, not the Egwene stuff. The Egwene stuff, even though it's book accurate, it was boring, terribly acted, and too long.
Oh fuck! It's way too long.
I mean that's like book accurate. You spent too much time on it. The acting was horrendous.
It's like they read the scene and didn't understand what it was about at all.
Yeah, it was book accurate, but it was done so badly that so what? And you know what? This is a trap. This is a trap, guys, because when we go, hey, this was garbage, they're gonna be like, well, it was book accurate. Isn't that what you wanted? We did it book accurate. We just can't make you guys happy, can we? We do the book, you don't like it. We don't do the book, you don't like it.
So much disingenuous. I would.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Like
and it's like, yes, it's book accurate, but you didn't.
But it still has to be good.
It still has to be like the Suldam. It was terrible. It was the worst delivery I've ever heard.
Yep, I agree.
Yep, it's being book accurate without being book accurate.
Yep, and I think Mule really sort of nails my feelings on this. I'm not sure this was. Well, I'm gonna say I think this episode was written in a less shitty from a less shitty and antagonistic place than the others were. But I it still was bad. So I guess that's where I'm gonna leave this. So I'm gonna kind of wrap this up. Brian, you got anything you want to plug?
Sure. I mean, I'm working on only one video for Wheel of Time season 2, and hopefully, I asked a few other people to provide me with some content to include. So yeah, so it's supposed to be a parody. I'm pretending to be a shill, and well, I'll eventually well, you'll see it, and let's just say there's a lot of F-bombs used in this video. So and you might see a lot of familiar faces too. So yeah, this is my gift to you guys for dealing with this horrendous non-adaptation, this interpretation, as Salty puts it, because that's what pretty much it is. And yeah, so yeah, and hopefully as a means of respite for this season, I need to read the Shadow Rising and get those streams going again, because I think you guys are going to need some recovery from all this. So yes, I'm going to have to prioritize my time now. So that's what I got for you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you,
Nathan. What do you got cooking?
Am I in?
Yeah,
you're in.
We hear you.
Oh, I don't even see myself on screen.
You're here.
Oh, that's
Yeah, you're
weird.
here.
No, we can see and see. We can see and hear you.
You big dumb
That is-
animal.
That's nuts. Well, I only see 3 people. So anyway,
Weird.
yeah, I a couple days ago dropped my episode 5 review. I'll have my episode 6 review once I get out of the hospital for trying to off myself after this one.
Woo.
And then
Okay,
and then
Landry.
back to the grind with the unhype and episode 7. God.
John, if you want that to happen, you're gonna have to throw some.
Are they even
plugs at 'em.
covering season 2? Like, are they
Disparu
continuing to
is.
do the like?
That is
Disparu
true.
is
They are,
Shad
they are,
is-
but-
yeah, they're working on it, but it's low priority for them. They got Ahsoka out, so that's probably
Yeah.
most of it.
I'd love to talk with one of them, but I just think we're small little peas compared to them. But
yeah,
good
we're trying, John. It may happen, but probably not this season. Steve, hey, I feel like you still got stuff left in the chamber, and I apologize, but I am.
No. Why do you we go for 2 hours? Like I said, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I may just take a little break and go. I might just hop on and see if anybody else wants to chat about it some more. But it's
So
I don't even
bad.
know. Like it's so bad. It's just crippling at this point, and it's just like I don't know. For me, it's like I'm taking everything you guys say. You're right. Like I don't feel like this one was almost malicious, but then it's another one of these things I'm looking at, thinking about it in my mind. Will we start going scene by scene? It's gonna get worse.
Yeah,
it just
does
it
get
will.
so
It
much
will.
worse.
So-
I know it's like that. Yeah.
So yeah, I may go live in a little bit if I have a little bit more energy. I feel like I still got some stuff rattling around my head, and I don't know if I'll be able to sleep if it's still in there. But so keep an eye on it if you guys are up late and you want to chat some more. But other than that, thank you for having me, dude. We got I think you got 5 subs while we were streaming. That's awesome.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Hit that like button. Let's get the White Cloaks over 1,000 before this run of Wheel of Time's over.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
And-
I have a wager on that.
Yeah, Alex has a video for episode 4, right?
Yep, episode 4.
4
We're on
is
a little
coming out.
behind.
Yeah, and probably 5, hopefully a lot. In the near future, I'm working on my episode 3 review, and not this weekend coming up, but next weekend it'll be me and Nathan and Gadfly and High King Feanor talking about the Silmarillion again. We had a really good time last weekend, and I'm looking forward to reading it again. I have the chapters up on my Twitter if you want to see where we're at. I think we're at like 10 through I want to say like 15 or something like that. So like,
Sounds right.
Come and join us. We have a good time. We're trying to do like remind us the good in the world.
I just want to say real quick is, no matter how long we're here, thank you for being here. I know.
Yes,
there's a few
thank you
people-
all for
there's-
staying. Like it's been awesome, and
There's been a few people apologize. We're glad you came in and hung out at all. Like,
Yeah.
thank you for being here for any length of time. It means a lot to all of us, and thank you. And you know, just keep on
Sleep
coming
well
back.
and Mike,
Yeah,
and
keep on coming
walk
back. We'll
in the
talk.
light, everyone.
Dice Sharman, Etherin.
Stay Nerdporeal.
Nerdporeal.
What is happening? What is happening?